Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listings.
I'm grateful to have the chance to say goodbye. I am proud of you all, my X-Men.
Fate lies in our hands now. Now.
We have to stay vigilant. The professor entrusted us with his dream.
No matter how dark it is, we must believe in each other.
We get this done by working together as a team.
Jeez, bub. Keep buzzing in my ear.
Heads up!
To me, my X-Men. Magneto.
The last will and testament of Charles Xavier. Everything he built now belongs to me.
Good afternoon, guys. Man, let me say this. Just seeing that preview, when I first seen it, man, it had me hyped. It took me back. So let me help you guys out with a little bit of history about the X-Men animated series. Came out in 92. 1992 is when it originated. It came out. And man, I was pumped. I was pumped. I couldn't wait. To see it. And man, look, Disney almost made me get a legit subscription to them. But I noticed my site that I love to watch all my movies on and my pay-per-views. They had it. Don't tell nobody. I'm just saying, don't tell nobody. Let me bring one of the guys, man, that brought it up doing a review. My man Rush. What's going on, brother Rush? How you doing tonight, brother?
Yo, what's good, man? Definitely I watched all 5 episodes so far. I love it, man. It's real good.
Okay. So you behind. You know they got 6 out now.
I gotta catch up, man. I ain't watched the 6th episode yet, man.
Yeah, okay. That's all right. You go look here. More than likely, I probably won't talk about that. If somebody else brings it up, I can't stop it. You know what I'm saying? We gotta let it go where it flows, right? You know what I'm saying? Rush, it flows where it flows. So hopefully we don't ruin it for you too much. But it's a lot of key things that happen in episode 6. So I can't wait for you to see and hear what your thoughts is on it. But with that being said, guys, I just want to welcome you guys here tonight. Like I said, I want to do something different all the time with my show, with my channel, and not talk about dicks and pussy all the time, and relationships and all of that depression shit. I talk about that on other shows and other platforms at times, and I'm cool with it. But every once in a while, I want to break the monotony up, talk about some fun stuff, some stuff that affects us all, you know what I'm saying? Not just men and women, but all of us as a collective. And I want to talk about those things. So that's what I try to push with my channel and do something just a little bit different. But my man, brother Rush, he sent me a message, said, man, got to do a review. I said, man, that's already in the works. He sent me a message. I said, that's already in the works. I don't want to give all the details out because you know how some of these cats are. They some bandits out here. They'll see an idea and they be ready to snatch it and snatch your dreams out from under you, Rush. So I didn't want to put too much out there, but I had to let you know I'm doing one. Come on through. Let's break bread. Let's talk about it. That's what we're here for. So like I said, if anybody in the chat, I dropped the link early. If anybody won't come up, have the conversation, let's do it. Let's do it. But Rush, let me ask you this. I know we're going to get to episode 5, the last one you've seen. And that was a critical episode, right? A lot of things happened in that episode. But let me ask you, out of the 5, which one was you the least interested in?
I would say 5 because they kind of copied the they definitely bit off the 97 version of the galactical being that's like overweight or whatever, and they use certain characters from the X-Men to I guess to play in this role of a game show or whatever. And but towards the end of that show it got better. But I would say that would be the least interesting show I thought in, you know what I mean, for the
So
revamped version
I think
of
that was episode
97.
4. I think that was 4
That
you're
was
talking about. You're
four?
talking about the one with Jubilee?
Yeah, with
And that
Jubilee and
yeah.
the Indian cat. Yeah.
Yeah. That was episode 4, I believe that's what it was. Yeah, that was probably mine too. You know, Neville was a big fan of Mojo. I thought he was corny as hell. I always had these stupid corny jokes.
Yeah, man. You know, it was just Mojo. It's like man, just wasn't really excited. But it wasn't garbage. It wasn't trash. But it was one of those shows that's one of those episodes you gotta watch just to get informed for the last and the one before it. You know what I mean? So you really know what's going on within that whole season, you know?
Mm-hmm. And so I love the spin. I love them. Shit, I don't want to say too much, but Sinister seemed like he's gonna be the big villain in this anime. You know what I'm saying? He's got a lot of workings that he's doing behind the scenes and in front of the scenes as well. Looking forward to seeing these, because a total of 10 episodes, guys, for those who don't know, there's 10 episodes of the series. They did sign up for 2 seasons, but they just got re-up for the 3rd. So there's going to be 3 seasons. When they first did it, they was already guaranteed to have 2 seasons already off bat. But now they see the reactions, people, doing stuff like what I'm doing reactions and reviews and all that good stuff. I mean, it's hot, it's popping right now. I've seen 9 out of 10 on I think it was Google reviews, and Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 98%. So I'm like, gee, this is it. Rush, I promise you, I didn't expect it to be this good. I didn't expect. I didn't know what to expect.
The thing I love about them making Sinister kind of like the focal point for the villain is that they brought in Madeline. Now, for the people that don't know who Madeline is, she's a clone character from Jean Grey. You know what I'm saying? And we all know Scott Summers is simp, so he left his responsibilities to go. Go check in with Madeline, because at the time situation came up with Jean Grey. But fast forward, he ended up knocking out Madeline. Madeline made a deal with a demon and so forth. You know what I mean? But I just love the fact that they implemented her in the show along with Mr. Sinister as the focal point villain, because honestly, man, we don't get enough information in these movies, shows on Mr. Sinister, man. So I think this is gonna be dope that he the focal point of the villain of the show, man. Word up. I think that's dope.
So my man E asks, "This is a new on replay from the night?" No, these are new series. It's on Disney Plus for those who are going legit. That's where you can find them. But now, if you have other means of finding them, do what you got to do. I'm not gonna hold that against you. But no, these are new series. So far there's 6. They released 6. It comes out on Wednesdays, usually about midnight. Depends on what area you're in. 3:00 Pacific. You know what I'm saying? So, no, it's definitely a new series. It's out, and man, if you ain't had opportunity, make sure you take the opportunity and binge watch it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go so far as I'm about to go over the first 5 seasons. Rush. That's how crazy. I'm like, man, because I know as soon as them 10's up, I'm gonna be jonesing for some more. So I said, I already got my plan. So as soon as it's over, I'm gonna go watch the first 5 seasons and just to get my fix. You know what I'm saying? So like when football season over with, I gotta watch UFL football. You know what I'm saying? Arena League football or some other type of football in order to get my football fix. Well, guess what? I'm gonna rewatch the first 5 seasons of the X-Men. Let me bring another brother up who I know is a fan. I convinced. I guess I don't know if I can say I convinced. I conned him into watching the binge watching the episodes, but he's here with me. My man, Red Pill. What's going on, big brother? You good?
Yeah, man. How y'all doing? What's up, Hink? What's up, Rush?
Yeah, I mean, you look like you just woke up from a nap, brother. You all right?
I just got back from hiking, man.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you look like you've been getting your ass whooped.
I know a little.
Did them trails get the best of you?
Yeah, I did 4 miles, man.
Okay.
We got some good elevation out here too. I try to hike 3 to 5 times a week.
Now you doing it for any particular reason? Not just doing for exercise.
Exercise and overall health. I'm 45, so you just gotta. I had a homeboy 52 died of a stroke last year.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly. So cats be tapping out, man. The cholesterol, blood. You know how it is. You gotta work out, man. Working out will take a lot of that off.
Yeah, I tell the people all the time, we only get one shot at this thing.
Yeah.
Hey, we can't hit the reset button. Ain't no reason, ain't no start.
Gotta stop eating all that shrimp and lobster,
Yeah,
that's what he doing.
Plug up your arteries for real, man.
That's what he doing. That's what he really doing. He got that shrimp and lobster. I promise you, I bet his old lady in there right now boiling it up right now, ready to throw that something gun on the grill. I know what's going on. I already know.
She is in there cooking, but I don't eat that much. Like I ate today. I got a sandwich right here. I haven't eaten nothing today. It's 6 o'clock. I ain't eat.
Are you fasting too?
I stay up late because I got insomnia, so I didn't wake up to 2 o'clock.
Okay.
But it's 6 and I still ain't ate nothing. But I only eat like twice a day because I wake up so late.
Yeah.
So some kind of way I'm doing this weird fasting even without doing it. But man, I did binge watch the show last night though.
So you now Rush hasn't got the okay. So you watched episode 6 too?
No, okay. It was 1 through 5 was on there last night. When did 6 come out?
Look, when I was at lunchtime, I was looking for it on my sites. Eventually, it came up. I said, "Oh, well, I might as well watch this," because I usually watch 2 episodes during my lunch period. So it came up late. So I'm glad you didn't get to watch it. Rush didn't get to watch it. I was able to watch it. I'm not going to speak on it unless somebody else comes up here and speaks on it. But we're gonna
no, that's banned. It's banned.
That's right.
We got to ban that. No spoilers.
Yeah, you know how that go, man. But if it ain't somebody on the show, it's gonna be somebody in the chat like this guy right here. He's Mark is the type of guy who try to spoil it for everybody. He ain't shit. I was gonna let him know right now, he ain't shit. He said this said affected Nathan Summers, aka Cable, in the show, but also the comic Apocalypse. Yes, he did. Who did?
It's all kind of discrepancies I noticed. Like they named him Nathan Charles Summers. His name is Nathan Dayspring Summers.
Yeah, well,
if you Google Cable right now, it's Nathan Dayspring Summer. I don't remember where the Dayspring come from, but that's his name.
They had to change it up just a little bit. But speaking of somebody who likes to ruin shit, let me bring him up. What's up, Mark? Mark, you here? Or are you gonna just sit back with this Deadpool avatar? I like the avatar, though. I ain't gonna lie. Let me bring him down till he gets himself ready. Hey, Marcus, show me in the back when you're ready, brother. But now, before I do that, let me do this real fast. Shout out to Dedicated to My Children's Future. Man, he gifted 10 Basement Dweller memberships. Shout out to that brother, man. He didn't have to do it, but I appreciate the blessings. And I hope everyone who got that membership appreciates the blessings too. But what I was asking, Brother Rush, man, I said, what is your least favorite episode out of the 5 that you've seen? The least favorite. Now, me and Rush decided the one. I think it was episode 3. Did we say it was 3 or 4? Rush, damn, I'm lost. I think we said 3.
Episode 4.
Yeah, 4.
What was that one about?
The one with Jubilee.
That was actually my favorite.
Oh, hell no. Really?
The Mojo episode was my favorite because it was fun. It was fun in the art style. How they did the OG retro video game stuff. Because I remember playing that old X-Men game. So I got the nostalgia flashback from that old X-Men game in the arcade where 5-6 people used to play, and it was just fun. It was like it was creative, That was I was like, I like all the art styles they're doing. There's just a different style to it, the energy. But yo, that show got some cheesy dialogue, man.
Well, look, man, you can't expect the best because, like you said, it's some cheesy shit. It's the 90s. We said some corny shit in the 90s, Red Pill. Don't act like we didn't say some silly.
Like how Magneto speaks to himself as, and the master of magnetism says, like, who talk like that? Third person, you are talking to the master of magnetism. And when he was like, X-Men has been using their awesome powers to help humans. Who says awesome powers? When he was giving that big speech when Storm got injured, he's like, the X-Men have been using their awesome powers to save humans for really awesome powers. Terrible dialogue. Like,
what's y'all thought? Let me. Can I ask a question real quick, Hank? What's y'all thoughts of them changing up the premise of the show? Like, usually it's Professor X, that's the peaceful dude, and want the humans and the mutants to, get along and live in tranquility together. But now it's like Professor X is gone and Magneto is holding up the mantle to that. And I just find that kind of interesting that they switched it up like that, man. Like what's y'all feelings on that?
Well, let me say this. I love the new Magneto. I like his mindset. He still has that. I'm ready to do some havoc, but at the same time, he's trying to be peaceful and loyal to his friend, Charles Xavier. I love that about him. Let me say this one last thing. I like how they are trying to invoke a lot of modern day issues that we're dealing with now into the cartoon. I like that. The crazy thing about it, depression, anxiety, different stuff like that, man, especially young kids are dealing with now. They can relate to this. I can relate to this. We all can. We all been through some different shit. And what they're talking about, how they doing it, we can relate to. And I like that. I like how it's going. I'm interested to see where it's going to go from here, but that's just my view on. Go ahead, Red Pill.
I like Magneto led the X-Men in the comics for a while. I like this I don't like the costume.
You don't like the Magneto costume?
I feel you on that. The costume look kind of.
His new costume kind of ugly. He got those long gloves that come up to here.
Yeah,
that's just like the gloves. Yeah, that's the gloves women wear back in the day. That those long gloves. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I agree with you. Like, I ain't like the costume.
The shoulderless with
I don't like. Yeah. Well, I mean, this
had several versions of his costume that was dope.
Right.
The OG one is awesome, but he had other versions. But this one with the shoulderless and the long arms come up to here, it looks weird, sus, as you said.
It looks sus, weird. Yeah. Look crazy.
Hey, man, y'all leave my guy alone. I don't care what y'all say. I like it.
I like how he utilized his powers in the movie.
Now that part I really like. I like the way he's flexing on whenever he got a moment, and he told man I could step on you at any moment right now. That's what I would do back in the days. But since I made this promise to Charles Xavier, I'm not going to do. That's what he told the council, man. And boy, I love it, man. Look, everything about this series I'm loving, man. But let me welcome my man Jedi Mike. But before I let you give you the mic, man, let me do these couple super chats came in, bro. Man, shout out to Big Ant. Even though Big Ant comes up here, man, I just want to let y'all know if y'all don't know. Big Ant always like to take shots via Super Chat. Now, I don't mind you paying to take shots. Take shots at me for free now. Don't try not to do it anyway. I appreciate that. Big Ant said, this is saying, think you're too grown for this. And you go to hell. But I'm still love you, my brother. But you can go to hell.
Never too
Hey,
grown.
man. Shout out to my man Torrance Moore. Man, he just said thumbs up, brother. I appreciate you coming through with the 1999 super chat. Hey, look, thank both of you brothers, man, for coming through the super chat. You didn't have to, but you chose to bless me, and I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Jedi, what's going on, brother?
How you doing?
Martin
Thanks for having me.
What's going on, Mike?
Are you there?
So what's your, yeah, we hear you. What is your thought?
I'm actually, because I have a planned interview with the visual effects artist from the show later this week. I've been overdue in terms of doing a review for this and everything. But thank you for reaching out to me, Hank, and stuff. I just mean to get back to you, but I just came back from Vegas for a CinemaCon. This was this show. The fact how good this show is an understatement. Just in terms of the quality of breaking the curse of Disney Plus Marvel shows, the trope of breaking an old show back in almost 20 years ago and thinking that it was same to revamp it and have the same impact, if not even a greater impact now is on streaming. Because that last week episode, that couldn't happen on daytime television 30 years ago. No way. No, you impaling Gambit and all that stuff.
Right.
That would not gone on Fox Kids. That would not have allowed it. But no, because it's on streaming, we got the episode that we got, and because 20 years later, post that, because of comics and everything, this shows heavily on Jim Lee. Shout out to him, comic book artist as well. The animation of the show is great, the writing of it, and honestly, I gotta say this has been one of the best things that Disney Plus has done since inception, in my opinion. And this can probably lead to a brand new wave of stuff, maybe possibly bringing back the Spider-Man animated series, bringing back other, animated shows that were also, remember, these shows are crossing over. They cross over Captain America, Iron Man, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, the other animated shows during this time back in the 90s. So, I mean, now we're in the age of crossover. They can definitely cross over characters and stuff like that. But I got to shout out to them for this. But this was really good. I do know what comic arc they're doing, especially after the extinction or the attack on Genosha. But I don't think they're going to go with this particular villain because they're saving her for the Deadpool Wolverine film that's coming out later this year. But I think as you saw at the end of this episode, that's teasing that the mastermind of it all is Mr. Sinister, who they didn't bring in the movies, by the way. But this show's off the chain, absolutely off the chain.
So hold on, Jedi. You're not gonna sit there and leave us at the goddamn cliff like this and tell us the comic book they get it from, but you don't tell us the actual book. You're not gonna do that, man. Come on, brother.
Okay, so all right, listen. They went over through. They went through the life-death story with Storm and Forge, which is also controversial because people actually prefer that relationship between Storm and Forge more than Black Panther. I disagree, but that's just my opinion. You also have the attack on Genosha, which is considered what Cassandra Nova, who is another mutant that's also attacking the Genosha and everything like that. You also have the storyline with the Goblin Queen with Madeline Pryor that happened a few episodes ago, which they did that entire story arc in about 20 minutes, but still, pacing is not an issue for me in this show. I will say, I think that's some people's complaints, but honestly, that's no, they knocked it out the par. But obviously, with the new a costume for Magneto actually joining the X-Men and everything. I believe that's from X-Men issue 100, I believe, when he goes to trial. I might get the number wrong, but that's where he's been standing trial for his crimes. Literally textbook from the comics with that comic cover. So, but yeah, they're being textbook at the moment. They're definitely taking some creative liberties. Like I think the last week episode where Madeline Pryor was actually, I guess you could say, cheating telepathically with Scott Summers. That's actually in the comics supposed to be Emma Frost, but they changed it with Madeline Pryor to make it more kind of intimate because she's the clone of Jean Grey. So it makes it more difficult to think, hey, well, this is the mother of his child and stuff like that. So yeah, they're taking changes in the comics, but still they're still taking key moments and just kind of switching certain characters, but still keeping the same theme and emotional impact. And again, that's what I have to say for that. The fact that Disney just allowing that to go full reign for that, this show has my full respect.
So let me ask you. Go ahead, Rapier. Go ahead.
I liked it overall, but I'm such a big comic nerd that I'm nitpicky as crap. Like, it be little stuff that I be catching that just bother me. Like how when Genosha got attacked and Sebastian Shaw was on that stretcher.
Yeah.
Sebastian Shaw wouldn't be on that stretcher.
He wouldn't.
He's one of the most powerful mutants in the game. He pretty much got the same powers as Bishop, but even better. He can absorb all kinds of kinetic force and energy. You pretty much can't hurt this dude. He's not going to be on a stretcher.
So for those who don't know, that's the guy that looks like he's from the era of Washington, George Washington.
1800. Yeah.
Yeah, he looked like Vandal Savage. He looked like kind of Vandal Savage like a little bit. Yeah.
And if you Google his power set, he would have been shredding those Sentinels. Like, the more you hit him, the stronger he get. And it's like super high level strength type stuff. He wake up in the morning and he punched walls over and over just to build up his kinetic energy absorption and keep his strength up and all that kind of stuff. That's like one of the things he do. He just wake up and punch stuff until he build up enough energy reserve. So he never walk around like on low level energy reserves. And it's like he's just on a stretcher like this. I'm like, come on, not Sebastian Shaw, man. And the White Queen just on the stretcher, stretched out. Come on.
Yeah, I think this is where the moment where Emma Frost, her diamond skin, second ability of her powers, because she can actually transform her entire body into the terms of the texture of a diamond, so it could be like rock, bulletproof, rock solid, and everything. But that actually gets activated after this attack in the comics. So I don't know whether they're going to do that because next week, the next 3 weeks is going to be a 3-part finale episode. So it's the episode, I believe 7 is gonna be part 1, then part 2, then part 3.
By the way, Bishop was badass.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably my second favorite of all of them out of the new characters, how they are portraying him. I like that. Now let me ask y'all this question, guys. Is Logan gonna ever get lucky? I mean, now there's 2 Jean Greys. And we all know he had a small spot in his heart for one. Is he going to continue to simp for both of them? What's going to happen? You know, he snuck a kiss in there with that heifer. We seen that. He snuck one in there. You know, he called it being vulnerable. I mean, ain't that what's going on in 2024? Some of these cats, man, they hanging around hoping they get lucky. God damn. I love it.
Wolverine is a textbook orbiter.
Yeah.
He been orbiting around Jean for the longest.
Yeah.
So, Rush, what do you think, brother? Is Wolverine gonna get lucky, man? Is he gonna get them cheeks?
Man, I hope he get the buns, man. I'm tired of Marvel making him look like a sucker, man. It's about time to get some of them buns, man. Come on.
Look here, man. I know somebody said there was no questionable moments in there. Yeah, Morph said some questionable shit when that Sinister Nightmare came around. I don't know if y'all remember that part when the shower came on and he thought it was Logan in there and his ass came through with them damn claws. You need somebody to wash your back or something. He said. I said, God damn, don't start this shit. Do not start this shit.
It was one quick shot because of Morph though, but I honestly have to say that Morph has not been bothering me in this season, which surprises me because I thought he was. Because I'm not gonna lie, in the original series, he was getting on my damn nerves. He was getting on my damn nerves for the longest time in the original series. But they put him in, and also I guess put him in. He's there, but they're not actually kind of putting the focus on his character a lot, which I think I appreciate because it just focuses on more of the title characters and not having any type of agenda or anything kind of getting lumped into the storyline and everything. So.
This the thing, Morph still annoyed me because he played too much and his jokes ain't even funny. Like when he came in looking like Professor Xavier in that first episode, it wasn't nothing funny about that. Dude just died and you coming in walking looking like him, talking goofy. Like, I don't get that kind of humor. So I like, this dude annoying as hell. He don't even know appropriate humor. Then, to what you said, Hink, they already said that Morph is non-binary.
Yeah.
So they already been announced before the show even came out that Morph was getting written as non-binary since he can change. Yeah, since he can change genders. So that's why he said that.
Yeah, and the only Easter egg you can get is in the end credits, because
Morph don't have a gender.
If you see in the end credits, you see each character bio, and you see when Morph's character shows up, the pronouns are they instead of him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but it's only minor if you actually look real close at it. But yeah, it's not a big deal as I thought they were going to. But yeah, that was one big controversy people had before the show came out, was that he was non-binary. But I mean, even then, he was still acting the same way in the original series. Just now that we're in this generation, now they have one give a label to it. So I mean, it is what it is. But
you notice when Jean used when the Goblin Queen used her powers on Morph turned into a woman. When Morph, first of all, Morph turned to Magic, I think.
She turned to the evil version of Magic, the evil version of her character.
Yeah.
But they were a female, I guess, whatever,
Damn, I guess I ain't peep that. I didn't peep that. Damn.
You know they gotta slide a little bit in.
They gotta slide a little bit. It's Disney.
Yeah. Go ahead, Rush. Go ahead.
Yo, what are y'all thoughts on? My bad. What are y'all thoughts on Storm losing her abilities permanently, man? I thought that was pretty extreme for the first episode, man.
Yeah.
I knew the direction they were going with that.
So, hey, hold on, Jedi. These guys didn't get to watch episode 6 yet. So, if we can, try not to discuss too much of it. I seen it. I know you've seen it, but these guys didn't see it. I knew you seen it when you made that statement about that comment. So we're gonna we ain't gonna ruin it. Don't be a dream snatcher, Jedi. That's all I'm gonna say.
No problem. No problem. My apologies.
But yeah, I thought it was crazy, Rush. I was like, damn. I mean, they coming out the box, man. I mean, and when I seen that happen, I'm like, this is gonna be good. I know it's gonna be good because they not holding back. They not waiting like in the middle of the series to do this. It's right on top. What we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So I love it. I love it.
Yo, Hank, I can't front. When she was laying on the floor talking about she can't feel the airs, the moisture. I felt the pain, man.
You start to well up a little bit.
I felt the pain, man. Yeah, I welled up a little bit.
I'm like, oh man, hey.
When it happened so fast. I knew it wasn't gonna stick. Yeah. I hadn't seen no other episode, but I just knew it wasn't gonna stick because it's Storm. You can't. It's just Storm. So I knew it was gonna get resolved shortly because it's Storm. I ain't seen no new episode, but it's Storm. Storm gonna get her powers back. You know what I'm saying? One way or another. It ain't no X-Men without Storm.
Mm-hmm. Well,
most definitely. No. And that episode,
just like I know Gambit. Gambit ain't.
The end of that episode, like she links up with I think Forge, and Forge is like, yo, you can restore your powers or whatever. And then, you know what I mean? And then some spirit came along, started messing with Storm towards the end of the episode. So yeah, I think that's just an introduction for them to restore her powers back. So yeah, you're right about that, because I already see that coming.
Well, once I saw Forge, I knew she was gonna get, because Forge can kind of create anything. That's like his mutant power. The ability to build anything that he can imagine. And he just don't know.
Say this. Forge was kind of simping though, man. Simping.
Come on, man.
Well, for those who don't know about Forge, Forge was a traitor at one time. He was an enemy of the X-Men, and now he's not. So just try to help the audience, for those who don't watch it, try to help them out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Give them the cliff notes.
His power is pretty much, if he think about something, he can build it but he don't even know how he built it because it comes from the other side of his brain through his mutant power. Sometimes when he builds stuff, he had to take it apart just to figure out how it worked because his powers kicked in and he don't even know how he created it. So if he think about it, he can build it. So if anybody can build a machine and restore mutant powers, it's definitely Forge. That's a interesting, cool power too, by the way. I'd be rich. If I had Forge powers, I'd be rich. I ain't gonna lie. Elon Musk and they wouldn't have nothing on me. I build everything.
Well, I did appreciate
ahead,
the fact that for one, the first episode, this woman turned the freaking sand to glass. You know, that was badass. But the arc that they were taking her character is one is a popular storyline within Storm the comics. So and even off rip is that you start off with the team together and then now being disbanded, being separated and going through these trials individually through their characters throughout the season. So I think that they have to create something, the way to not, I won't say necessarily nerf these characters, but just put them into a narrative where, okay, listen, we're not trying to have the OP overpowered team at the moment right now through the entire series because we already had that with the original series. Now let's actually, emotionally try to give them something to deal with and never overcome through the season. Like it's just the same thing with Jean Grey with the Phoenix Saga storyline and everything. But immediately when that happened, I knew what direction they were going. But I was just surprised how heavily in comics that they're adapting into this accurately. But at the same time, they're having a lot of meat in only about 20-25 minutes, which for Disney Plus is really unheard of, to be honest with you. So so doing these major type of storylines in this season in only in 9 episodes on paper, it probably wouldn't have made sense to you. But the way they're executed to me is really impressive.
Yo, I just want to say unpopular opinion, or it might be a popular opinion. That Rogue Magneto stuff is weird, awkward, and makes me uncomfortable.
But you know what? In the comics,
it happened in the comics too. It was weird then, because he's a senior citizen. That boy's old.
I think it's good that they kind of find a way for Rogue to get her cheeks clapped up, because the old 97 X-Men, she was not getting them cheeks clapped at all.
Well,
you know what I mean? So it's and plus when you read the comics, it's always been Rogue linking up with Magneto, even from the time when they had the Brotherhood and all that. He was clapping them cheeks too. I mean,
but it always been weird because the age difference always been there. This guy was back in the Nazi World War II days, so he old as Charles. And Rogue always was presented as somebody in the mid to late 20s, early 30s at the most. And Magneto's always late 50s, 60s or something, even though he's always ripped. And then it's one of those things like, did she like him like that? Or was it because he was the only one? It seemed like one of those she needed, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like a weird forced relationship as you the only dude I can touch. So let's go, old man. Just like
Rick, are you telling me she settled?
Huh?
She settled? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, she settled for a senior citizen because that's all that she could touch.
Hey, look, the funny thing about it,
he took advantage of her. He took advantage of her.
Yeah, she settled, he manipulated her.
He should have been like, yo, I ain't gonna just do this with you because I'm the only one that can touch you. Magneto's like, say less. But he Magneto, the master of magnetism. I guess, I don't.
So Stan, my man Stan, come through. Stan, you're more than welcome to hit that link too, brother. I'll put it in the I pinned it to the top. But he said in the age of Apocalypse, Rogue and Magneto did get married and has a son. Yes, this is true. They did. And that's
Magnus.
Somewhat what the storyline from. So we'll see how this goes, man. Like I said, they are on they got a contract right now currently for 2 seasons. And I believe now what I heard, I don't know if it's finalized, but they talk about adding on to a third. So I don't know if it's final or it's in the works. So it's definitely going to be interesting on how the storyline is going to end up and how it's going to go for the next season, man. I promise you, man. I can't wait, and I need for you fellas to watch episode 6, man.
I do think they need to slow down.
Answer a lot of your questions. What we talk about now too.
They need to slow down just a tad bit, Hank.
But why? Why do you say that?
It's so much big stuff. It's so much happening every episode. It's a lot. It's a lot happening every episode. Like they hitting real huge key points in the comic per episode, sometimes more than one. It's like what's the race? You know? It's like I don't know if they don't think they're gonna get that many seasons or they're just excited about certain stuff, but it's some fast-pacing stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Jet, I know you got to get ready to go. If you want to, just give your final thought, man, on the series so far.
Well, just to answer that last question, yes, it is confirmed that it's getting a season 3. They're actually making it right now. Season 2 was already done before the show premiered. So the only issue is that the showrunner from right before the show came out, the showrunner left or actually got fired from Marvel Studios. From Disney right before the first season premiered, but they're probably gonna have a new showrunner going into next season, whatever. But we'll see how this goes. But thank you for having me. This was a great show. I definitely will be trying to be talking to the visual effects artists later this week to interview them. So I'll definitely be asking questions from a comic book perspective, like what type of elements that they actually took from this, and also moving forward, and also the reaction, because not only critically but as a fan base too, that it's been a minute with Marvel, honestly, that we're all of us collectively on the same page with this show. And we might have little issues, whatever, but it's been a minute. So, and as someone on the part of the press side, I don't want that to be taken lightly. That hey, like this is something that we need to capitalize on as long as we can, especially with Deadpool and Wolverine coming out later this year. So, but yeah, thank you guys for having me, man. But I'll talk to you soon. Hope you guys take care.
All right, Jedi Mike. Thanks for coming through, big brother. I appreciate you, sir.
Hey, I got a random question for you guys.
Go ahead, big brother.
What do you think? What Marvel team do you think need to get their next movie or show or cartoon? Because when they made that Eternals movie, I was actually disappointed because nobody don't care about the Eternals.
That Eternal movie was trash to me.
It's other teams. There's other teams I think they should have went with, and I had my idea in mind, but I don't want to say it because I might take one of y'all ideas.
So with mine, I'm as far as I know, it's going to come out, and that's the Thunderbolt. The Thunderbolts. That's the one I want to see. I want to see the Dark Avengers too. Those are the two I want to see the most. So for the ones, Thunderbolt is coming out. I just seen something on YouTube yesterday about it. So that's in the making. The one that I haven't really heard him talk about, like I said, the Dark Avengers. I want to see that. So that'd be the one that I want to see that came out. I don't know if they're gonna do a cartoon or a animated version of it or straight out movie. I prefer straight out movie, but if they do anime and they do as good as they do in this 97, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
What you got, Rush?
Teen Avengers, man. I like the storyline of the Teen Avengers on how Ultron killed off the Avengers, and the Avengers had like seeds, like kids. They left behind their kids and stuff like that. And the person that was raising the kids was Tony Stark's, because he was the only one that survived through the Age of Ultron. So that would be dope if they put that on the big screen. Like,
yeah, I remember that show. I remember that movie. It was good.
They should figure out how to plug that in through the multiverse, man. You know what I mean? Because I think that'd be real dope. I mean, and what you were talking about, the Thunderbolt, I've read comics on Thunderbolt, but the comics was based on Kingpin. Because, Kingpin was the mayor, right? And he was running things, and he would hire mutants to roll with Thunderbolts, and he'll run around, run up on other mutants and lock them up based on you know what? It's basically a revamped version of Secret Wars. Because with Secret Wars, right, there's a version of that comic where the government wanted to get certain mutants to license their ability and reveal their identity, but not everybody wanted to go down like that. So niggas start banging it out. You know what I mean? This is kind of similar with the Thunderbolt situation, man. I think that'd be dope if they made a film off that or TV show, but it gotta be based with the Kingpin, man. Know what I mean?
So what they're talking about doing, and they had Kevin Feige. I think he was talking about. They was talking about the new Captain America. He was talking about the Thunderbolts and how it's going to all tie into it. So supposedly it's going to come out. Supposedly it's in the works. So that won't be a problem. That's why I said it, but I'm hoping they don't cancel the son bitch.
Yo, with Captain America, he's like a part of the resistance against the Thunderbolt. So that's definitely going to be good. Yeah, I mean, if they did a film or a TV show off that, it'll definitely be incredible. I mean,
I want to definitely. Go ahead, Ray.
I think the team they should have New Warriors. They should have made a New Warriors before Eternals. If you're familiar with the comics, the New Warriors is the next famous team after the Avengers. Well, you got the X-Men, of course, but they mutants. But the New Warriors, think about it: Night Thrasher, black guy, billionaire, own his own company, cool costume. You got Night Thrasher, you got Speedball, you got Namorita, which can be here now because we've seen the Atlanteans in Black Panther. You got Nova. The Nova Corps already been introduced in these movies. And Xandar was destroyed. They off camera, but their planet was destroyed. But as they say, energy can't be destroyed, it can only be transferred. So when they destroyed the planet, it's just like in the comics, all the Nova Force could have went to one person, and that's Richard Rider. So he'd be the Nova Prime. So you can like I said, they should have went with the New Warriors, like instead of that Eternal stuff, because cooler characters, cooler costumes, cooler backstories. Like nobody don't care about the Eternals or the Inhumans. Nobody care about none of those. The New Warriors would have been a good opportunity to introduce some new blood into the.
I want to totally dismiss the Inhumans, because my favorite character from that clique is Black Bolt, and I think Black Bolt is an incredible character. If they get the perfect writers, good directors, and somehow link that up with the Nova Force, it'll make sense. / Guardians of the Galaxy. That'll make so much sense. But I feel like some of these writers and directors aren't true fans when they make these films. Know what I mean? But I, as a fan, I would love to see something like that. Know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I'm not a big Eternals fan. I'm not gonna lie up front. I didn't read none of the books, so I'm not a fan. I watched the movie and I regret that I watched it. So,
like I said, like the
we
writers and directors,
I'll correct it. I'll go with it. Or if I don't, if they come out with a second one, I'm glad they talk about. No, we're not doing a sequel. I'm okay with that. You're not hurting my feelings at all. But is that gonna affect the Blade series? Is it gonna affect that? Because my man, what's the Black Knight? Is that going to affect? Because is it going to affect that series? And his story arc. You know what I'm saying? So that's my only concern with the Eternals. Other than that, I don't care. I ain't gonna lie, fellas.
I don't think we
how I felt about Richard Rider. When we had the show before, I've been saying Richard Rider should be the next movie to come out.
No,
you know what I'm saying? That should be the next movie. I'd rather not see no other movie. Now I'm okay with the Captain America coming through because it's already in the making. It's already pretty much canned and done. But Nova needs to be that next movie to come out, and I'll be very disappointed if it's not. But it is what it is.
Yeah, they should have did Nova before Captain Marvel.
Yes.
Yeah, it would have made more sense to do that. and then slide in Adam Warlock, and then came out with the Eternals. That'll make more sense. But like I said, man, some of these writers and directors, they aren't real fans, man. They're not real fans. They just want it for a check. Now,
well, they was trying to rush to get that powerful female character too, for obvious reasons, for the pandering side stuff.
My fault. Go ahead, guys.
I said they was doing the pandering. They was trying to get that powerful female character in as fast as possible. So they we got to get this Captain Marvel. When they even skipped the original Captain Marvel was male, they could have got the Carol Danvers, but the first movie should have been Captain Marvel. And then you just work it. You don't have to skip stuff just to please the masses. It would get there. You would have your female Captain Marvel. You will have it, but just do it right. And you're right. It should have been Nova. It would have made sense at the Thanos running through space, destroying everything, for that last Nova, for it to be for Nova to come into play. I mean, he destroyed the whole planet Xandar where the Nova Course was. Where Nova at? Where does Nova energy at? They say they're making a Nova movie though, or a show.
Well, if they do a movie, man, they better get good writers and directors for that film, man. It's gonna be trash. I
fear it though. I fear that they might start with the Sam Alexander Nova because he's a teenager and he's Hispanic, and Disney and their diversity. That's what I fear, that they're gonna start with Sam Alexander. Well, he's a cool Nova, but he's not my Nova. He's not the best Nova. Richard Rider is Nova. Sam Alexander is just like a greater value version. Richard Rider has a better costume, everything.
God damn, not greater value, man. Come on,
greater value, man.
Shout out to Walmart. I don't know why Red Pill taking shots at Walmart. Shout out to R.I.P. to Sam Walton. But look here, if they do that version, they definitely gonna do a TV version. Then I don't see them doing that at the movies. If they take the route that Red Pill just said, I see them doing a TV series for sure. But what's going on, Marcus?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
we got you this time.
Listen, man, first of all, I gotta appreciate and shout out Hank. I had to join the membership. I'm a member now, not AAA, not AARP, not RIP, but I had to join the Hank membership. But man, go ahead.
I said, don't do that to me.
Yeah. Shout out to Red Pill Rush. You hurt? What up, my boy? And then, man, I appreciate the fact that you're covering. What's good, bro? I'm glad you guys are talking about it because I've been bottled up for a while now with this X-Men. Because first of all, it started off with a banger, and it so far has ended with a banger. We still got 4 episodes, 7 through 10 left. But
so hold on a second, Mark. These guys haven't got the opportunity to watch 6 yet, so if we can kind of stay away from it, to not ruin it for them. But if you go into it, then they already know what's up.
No, I got you. I kind of skim through it because I tend to do that. I skim through it and then I'll rewatch it a whole, and then I'll So don't worry, I won't spoil anything for 6. But 1 through 5, I think it's crazy. I know how they adapted the new X-Men storyline, and you had like the whole reference to Genosha and the Master Sentinels, and then you had Cable, which is Nathaniel Summers, that techno-organic type virus being introduced, and you had Jean Grey, Madeline, you had Nightcrawler, you even had Sebastian Shaw, Emma Frost, Banshee, which they kind of joined the Hellfire Club. Banshee was also eliminated and murked, and then you had a whole bunch of other, and then all of a sudden you had the whole Jean Grey thing. That Jean Grey thing kind of got me because it's like, come on now, really? You're gonna get mad at Cyclops when he's doing his thing with Madeline Pryor, but then all of a sudden you just did right before you did it with Wolverine. You just made out with them and stuff like that, like the hypocrisy in that. Come on now. And then I gotta thank the writers, but damn, y'all writers ain't shit, man, because you had to do my boy Gambit dirty like that. Like my boy was a G. they never actually showed his full level power, because he's actually pretty OP. He actually had to get minimized in his power levels for what he can do, his abilities. Like the fact that he had to take a dosage.
Right. He had to have that Mr. Sinister for that.
Yeah,
Mr. Sinister helped him with that. He minimized his power so he could control it. Yeah.
Because he even beat the Phoenix Force. He beat like I think at some point he beat like other guys like Gladiator and a whole bunch of other lists. He got some other fools like on that level, on his level. So Gambit, he's always been one of my favorites. So far, the 4 favorites for me are Magneto, Wolverine, Cyclops. Even though Cyclops is kind of that guy who's in his woes right now, whatever. And then Gambit,
Cyclops,
no, I mean
super simp. You're
and the thing that got me too was like in the beginning they got him great. He's a great leader. He's always kind of got that guy like that leadership, kind of like Captain America of the he's the Captain America of the X-Men. He was showing his optic blast, his fighting moves, all that kind of stuff. The way he was like shifting and moving and fighting, and then Nightcrawler, coming back to the show, and then you had even the Morlocks, and then you had Calypso. So you had like people.
I thought that was dope. I thought that was dope that they brought in the Morlocks. But to be real with you, like as I'm thinking about it and reminiscing about the old X-Men, it's really kind of like almost the same with just a little twist to it. But it's like the same thing. You know what I mean? But that's why I like it. You know what I mean? That's why I like the revamped version.
Yeah, I also like the fact that they kind of raised up the scale and the maturity level, because only certain adults would understand the references and what they're doing, as opposed to if you're a kid, you're not going to get it until you watch it when you're older, and you're like, oh, that's what that meant, or that's what they meant by doing this and that. Magneto, Rogue was too busy getting Magneto's, magnetism of his, red pill alphaness. You know what I'm saying? and then you got, Wolverine, who's the bad boy, and Jean Grey can't help but be with the bad boy because she's with the Boy Scouts so much. You know what I'm saying? And Gambit, come here, Shetty, mon sang fonsu, he a petite, so he's doing his all like Louisiana Cajun type of stuff with the shrimp and all that kind of stuff. Probably that gumbo, but yeah, man, I think that's a great show, Mr. Sinister. I think the fact that Forge is still around. That was pretty dope too. And Storm, doing her thing in the beginning of the show until bad stuff happened to her. But, so it's just, other than that, I think the show is great. And as far as the whole Richard Rider thing, I agree with Red Pill Ranger. Richard Rider Nova has always been one of my favorite characters in the Marvel that's been underrated, that they don't show enough, credit to. And then, just other characters that I haven't seen yet, like Red Hulk, who was supposed to make an appearance in Brave New World with Sam Wilson's Captain America. You got Mr. Sinister, who's supposed to come out live action, was supposed to come out like in, they made a reference to Essex Corp in X-Men Apocalypse, when the guys that were coming with the briefcases, they were working under Nathaniel Essex, who is Mr. Sinister. That never actually happened because Antonio Banderas was going to be a live action version or a variant of Mr. Sinister. And then New Mutants was supposed to introduce him. New Mutants never got around to that, which was like the darker horror version concept of it. That never happened. And yeah, man, I'm waiting to see. I hope Thunderbolts is a decent movie. I hope what they're doing with Venom. Venom's supposed to make a last movie too. And Tom Hardy, I guess, like that's going to be his last one for the trilogy. And see what happens with the Spider-Man too, because I know Spider-Man's right all over the place right now with the money and the issues and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know why the hell they're bringing back She-Hulk. That's just me. I had to go on a little rant. My bad, Hank. I just had to. But
yeah, I see. You had to get that shit up off your chest. That's okay.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like the Chicago Bears trading area of all the players. You know what I'm saying? You got the Steelers.
Yeah, that guy ain't gonna make it keep talking like this. I don't know why he talking like this, Red Pill. He crazy.
My bad. All right, my bad. All right, so yeah, and just what? One of the biggest movies I'm waiting for next year, Deadpool and Wolverine. That Deadpool Wolverine movie. is going to hit box office. It's probably going to be the biggest one since like maybe an Avengers type movie. And we're waiting to see, you know. And then I know the ops is on the other side, which is DC. So we're waiting to see what they do too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So let's break some eggs, make some omelets.
Well, let me do this real fast. So shout out to Brother Rush. The brother's on the show, but he said, man, I'm gonna drop a little something in the kitty for the brother. Right on you, man, Rush, Brother Rush. I appreciate you, my brother. You didn't have to do it, but I appreciate the blessing. He said, this show is dope. I appreciate that, brother, for the kind words. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Before I get too far, let me do this because my moderator, always reminds me I need to display and talk about my Funko and my album of the week. So I've been starting to do the video instead of just showing it and presenting it. I've been doing a video. So let me do the video real fast, and we're going to come back to you, Red Pill.
All right.
Classic. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful album, too. That's a beautiful album. I love that album. Man, I wish they had to do another one. It's such a shame. But I had to make sure I set the X-Men theme up for the whole thing because I knew I was doing this review of this episode 1 through 5 at the time, possibly 6, but 1 through 5 with X-Men 97. So I just had to put a theme, some of my favorite X-Men pops that I have up there. So that's why I did that. That's why I made sure I presented with Professor S, Magneto, Wolverine, Beast, Cable, the Dark Phoenix, and what was the other one? I believe that's it. So go ahead, Red Pill.
I was gonna just say, I actually don't think Gambit's dead because, like Mark was saying, his powers are way higher than what they're supposed to be. It's a character called the New Sun, which was a Gambit from an alternate reality, and Gambit can pretty much turn himself into energy. Gambit can accelerate his healing. If you try to stab him with a knife or shoot him with a bullet, he can convert that bullet into energy to where it just passed through him. All kinds of stuff. Gambit was blinded before and was able to heal his own eyes. He has like this kind of molecular acceleration kind of thing. That's really his power because that's the New Sun. Before he like that stuff y'all said Sinister did, Gambit. For a while in the comics, Gamma was able to charge stuff without touching it. He could just look at it and do his little charging thing. And you know how he only can charge organic stuff? I mean, non-organic. Actually, Gamma can charge organic stuff. Gamma can charge a human if he wanted to. But
he did it with Wolverine.
Well, he charged.
Yeah.
But the New Sun can charge organic matter. Like he just make you blow up. Yeah. Kind of like how, I don't know if you're a Firestorm, but Firestorm can't alter non-organic stuff. But now he can, though, obviously. But by the way, that's a cool character. I just want to say Firestorm. One of the favorite designs I ever seen in the character. With the flames in the head. Like, I don't know if you remember Firestorm, but that's a well-designed character, yo. But that's DC. I don't want to go there, but yeah, I'm gonna say it. I like DC better than Marvel. He don't cut me.
Oh shit, Red Pill ain't gonna make it.
I know what character.
What are we doing?
I know what character you talk. You talking about dude that can manipulate matter?
Yeah, one of the most powerful.
Yeah. But yo,
I hurt my soul, Red Pill.
When they had him in the TV show Flash,
you got to divest to that, Red Pill. You just got to divest from this panel, right?
I mean, like he would have to fuse himself with the white dude in order to use his ability.
They got to join up.
Yeah, that I ain't like that, but he's still a dope character. Yeah.
So with episode 5, and we all seen. I mean, it was just like a graveyard. I mean, full of mutants that just didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I hate to see the way they did Gambit. Well, now, look, I give him credit for this. He went out like a G, though. He went out the only way I know Gambit would go out is that way he did. but I hate to see them take him off the big screen like that. Now, I'm hoping that Cable comes back and able somehow, some way to figure this shit out and to save him. Because I don't want my man Gambit to go out like it.
That's what I think gonna happen. I think Cable gonna time travel, fix this, rectify.
He said table.
Yeah, Cable gonna time travel, rectify this whole situation. Hopefully.
Well, we see he did that right prior to, but he just wasn't there in time.
Did his mom die?
It never said if she did or she didn't. We don't know. I mean, it never showed her in that situation. I mean, but you know,
I think he
the person change. I know was Magneto and Gambit, and of course a couple other ones that they really didn't promote like they probably should. But yeah, I don't know.
What was crazy? What was crazy was that Banshee was in the middle of flying somebody over, and the next thing you know, like boom, like he was just about to screech again, and then they got him. Like they got him in the middle of that. I was like, damn, couldn't even say bye.
It's over. Hey, Hank, what comic franchise that's non-DC or Marvel do you think need to get on the board? Because you know, as a big comic fan, and also I went to film school before, and I be writing scripts and stuff, and I be thinking about like I'm tired of Marvel, I'm tired of DC. We done seen like 1,000 Spider-Mans, 1,000 Batmans. They be good, but there are a whole bunch of other IPs out there that are really good. That's not getting, kind of like how they tried to do Bloodshot, but they didn't do it right. With Vin Diesel, like you got Valiant Comics, you got Image Comics, you got Dark Horse stuff. You got all kinds of other. You got Milestone Comics, which is kind of owned by DC now. But where's my Static, my Icon, my Blood Syndicate, things of that nature.
Mr. Terrific.
Hardware. But yeah, but you got like Image. Like I want to see a Youngblood show a movie. Supreme. Brigade. I know y'all probably y'all about did y'all read Image in the 90s? See, y'all you know well, yeah, Image Comics, you know.
Now you out of my wheelhouse now, Red Pill. I mean, look, when you sit there and saying what other than DC Marvel, I was going to go with,
it was over after I said other than DC and Marvel.
Well, you started to lose because the other ones I have no idea about. Now, I don't mean I can't learn. I'm a student. I'm also willing to listen to learn, but
well,
if they sound
so like Image Comics got like Spawn, Invincible,
Youngblood,
like you know a couple other ones.
I love Spawn. I didn't know Spawn was in there. Okay.
Hold on. Yo, is that the Wildcats?
Oh, this Youngblood,
my man.
Youngblood.
Is that the Wildcats?
Oh, Youngblood.
Okay.
But I got some Wildcats.
So I was going to say that the two entities I would like to see is Thundercats, and the Transformer G.I. Joe crossover. Those will be the two.
They're doing that.
Yeah, well, we hear about it. I don't know because right now I like where they're about to go with Transformers. How they're gonna go back like a prequel, like when they on Galvatron and all of that, and Unicron. I like that aspect of it. So that's gonna be good to me. I would like to see that G.I. Joe and Transformer crossover as well as Thundercats. So those two now the Red Pill said something about that brand does Spawn. Oh, I'm all for it. The Spawn thing for sure.
Well, Michael J. Fox was going to do that movie too, but I mean, not Michael. My bad, not Michael J. Spawn was going to be. They're going to have starring Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx was going to play a version. They were going to have him in that movie, but I don't think it ever came into fruition because I don't even think Todd McFarlane was like I think all for it. All of a sudden, it just didn't happen. I don't know if the writing or something happened with the script, but
no, his thing was that he wanted to do the movie, but he wanted to be the director. But he had problems getting investors because nobody wanted to invest in the movie with a guy that never directed a movie before. And also, he wanted it to be low budget. He wanted it to be more of a horror movie than a superhero movie because of the horror aspects of Spawn. He wanted to not even show that much of Spawn. He wanted to have the stars be those two police officers twitching something. And Spawn was kind of like always be in the shadows, kind of striking out, but not like a mainstream superhero movie. And people weren't really familiar.
Yeah,
So,
that don't make sense.
So he rewrote the script, and then they liked that script, but still he had to back down from wanting to be the director, and that's when productions moved forward. So it's in production now. So he just gave up on wanting to be the director. He's like, nobody's gonna put money on this if I direct it.
I don't know if y'all had the opportunity to see the one the animated series they used to have. I think it's on HBO Max now. You can watch the replays of. It's pretty good. If you hadn't had the opportunity to check it out, definitely do that.
It was really good. It was really good, and it went with kind of that horror aspect. You know, Spawn was always in the shadows. You know, glowing eyes and cape flapping, and kind of popping out on people doing them dirty. And I think that's the angle he was trying to go with the new movie, but ain't nobody trying to see that. We like our superheroes wide out there now. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
It's tough. It's tough shoes to fill too with Micah Jai White.
Yeah, I mean, it was ahead of its time. It was ahead of its time. I wish they had the graphics they have now. Then, man, imagine how good that movie would have been.
Yeah.
I'll just want a couple of clips of some guys speaking on this series. So, the first clip is a comedian. His name's Kevin.
I just finished X-Men 97, episode 5. What I thought the show was going to be, spoiler alert, I thought the show was going to be nostalgia. Oh, I remember this cartoon from when I was young. No, man. This is pain, trauma, relationship issues, emotional intelligence, vulnerability. I love you, I can't love you. Not to mention accidental death and dismemberment. So if you think it's going to be ha ha ha, the gang's all back together, it ain't. All right? Ain't nobody playing but you, Smokey. This is serious. It's X-Men 97 with today's problems.
He's a fact.
Grown folks problems.
I promise you, when I was watching, like, damn. And like Rusty said, they took Storm Power early. They said, you ain't gonna pass go. We doing it off the rip. So I got a couple more here for you guys. Here's one of the guys we know in the sector, Angry Man.
Yo, this is a public service announcement. To all you younger folks that just watched episode 5 of X-Men 97. Nah, listen to me. Listen to me. Don't look away. Don't look away. Welcome to the 90s. This is what we grew up with. Trauma. Every Saturday morning was a roller coaster of emotions. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know who we was going to lose. And ain't no need to cry about it. We don't got time to cry about it. Just put on your seatbelt because it's about to get real.
Yes, indeed.
You know what?
Facts.
I want a Spider-Man 97.
They were actually talking already about with Spider-Man 98.
98 or whatever.
Yeah.
That'll be a hit TV show.
So from what I saw,
watch 97 Spider-Man to this day, man.
Yeah.
All the time, man.
So I saw the writer from the Spider-Man animated series in the 90s. I guess he went on Twitter X, and I said, hey, people were saying like they were spamming like, hey, we got to bring it back. And the writer and the script writers and all that, they were like, yeah, like just we're waiting for you guys to call us. Like Marvel, we're right here over the phone. And I think they're in talks for it because they want to bring it back and they want to see Spider-Man 98. The way it left off with that show, I was like, okay, they can still make certain things happen, certain storylines they can still clear up. They're still talking about the whole Jean Grey thing. I mean, not the Jean. What's that chick that Mary Jane? The whole issue with that, and then amongst other things with Toxin and all that kind of stuff. So Man, hey, listen, you had X-Men back then in the 90s. We got Spider-Man back then. I even had the Spider-Man Unlimited. Then you had I think you had an Avengers series back in the 90s too. If you guys remember more than I do. I didn't watch it as much though as the United We Stand type one.
That was trash. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, some people didn't like it. Yeah. But hey, man, like gargoyles stuff, stuff like that, man. So even the last great type of vibe that gave me that kind of that feeling watching those 90s cartoons was the 2003 the Ninja Turtles show, the series, that animated one. It gave me that closest relation to the 90s shows that when I was a kid growing up watching that kind of stuff. So the fact that we're here full circle now, it just shows more of what Kev on stage and what Angry Man said. Just to see that happen again, I was like, it's crazy.
I need that new Spider-Man. Start just like this show. Start off wherever the last show left off. Back in the 90s. Whatever that Spider-Man, I think it left off on the Secret Wars. Start off right there and keep that same kind of 90s energy, but kind of upgrade it just like this one doing. Because they had many Spider-Man cartoons after the one in the 90s, but none of them hit like that one.
None of those shows hit except for one. Only one version of it, but it came out in 2000, I think 5 or something like that. I think that was the one that came close to the same level of how I like the
talking about that MTV one.
Yeah, that was good. It was good.
That's what I'm talking about. That was pretty good. You know what I mean? But other than that, man, that 97, 98 Spider-Man classic show. I love how they had the character development for Hobgoblin, the Green
Venom.
Goblin, Kingpin. They even had the X-Men crossover on there, man. Classic.
I think Daredevil was on there a couple times.
Yeah, Daredevil
Blade.
was on there a couple times. Fantastic Four. I mean, I think even Dr. Doom. Nah. But it was dope. It was dope.
Because all the heroes in New York for some reason in Marvel. So
and they hey, you remember how other series they would never cross over with each other, but somehow finally one series got them to say, "Hey, you're down the street. What's up, Hell's Kitchen?"
Exactly, because the X-Men technically in New York, Spider-Man in New York, Daredevil in New York, all these cats is in New York. But
it's just it's just like that Deadpool line
in '96. They introduced Spider-Man to the X-Men in the year 96. I believe I've seen one of those episodes.
The crossover?
Yeah, they did a crossover in 96.
You talking about when Peter Parker's mutation from the spider, it did a second mutation which caused him to grow 4 arms. So he was like, yo, I gotta go holler at Professor X to get myself fixed, right? So when he linked up with Professor X is like, yo, nah, I don't suppress powers, man. I help niggas cultivate powers and embrace it. He was like, yo, man, I ain't trying to look like a freak, man. Then he dipped off and tried to figure out how to get a cure for his second half of his mutation, because eventually he would have grew fur, looked like an actual physical spider, phenotypically. Know what I mean?
I like how Rush made it sound like Professor X told Spider-Man, "We refuse the right to give you service here."
But this is the thing. Spider-Man started off kicking it with the X-Men. You remember that old cartoon? I'm gonna tell my age, but me and he, we all the same age. I don't know about Marcus, but it's called Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Yeah,
and he was kicking it with Firestorm and Iceman. They was his amazing friends, and Firestorm and X-Man are both mutants. Firestorm and Iceman are mutants, but it's like Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. He was Firestorm and Iceman. So yeah, he been always kind of, you know what I'm saying? And that cartoon came out in the 70s? The Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. But yeah, it was Firestorm and Iceman. So he always kind of had this little X-Man kind of connection.
That's kind of like before my time. But I've read comics on it, but I've never actually watched the TV show. Know what I mean? But definitely dope comic / show. Know what I mean? I read the comics, but I didn't get the experience to watch the show. Know what I mean?
It came out in 81. To 81 to 83.
84.
Yeah. Well, I was born in '78, but I guess I caught the reruns. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. But yes,
well, look, my first introduction was from Spider-Man on as far as the animated series was on the Electric Company. I don't know if y'all old enough to remember that. That's where I got to do it. So,
I remember that.
I'm 40. I'm 48, man. I'm old. Red Pill.
No, I remember. I didn't see it live, but I remember that old one too. Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah, I that was my first introduction to him prior to actually seeing and reading the comics. But I thought that I think Disney is making the high school, high school class or something. I think that's what they said about the Spider-Man that they're talking about releasing.
Oh, freshman year?
Yeah, freshman year. That's it.
But it's supposed to be canon to the MCU, so it's supposed to be basically Tom Holland's character as he was a freshman in high school or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yo, what y'all think about this Wonder Man show? By the way, under Nova, Wonder Man is one of my second favorite characters. He always get B-list treatment, but you think about Wonder Man, if you're familiar with him, he's extremely fucking powerful.
Well, he's an Avengers member, right? He was a villain, then he became a member.
Yeah, but even when he became a member of the Avengers, he used to have little small story arcs, but they always kind of backseat him. He even had his own book for like 50, 60 issues. Then they switched him over to the West Coast Avengers, which is the Greater Value Avengers. He was over at the West Coast Avengers. The main one was in New York.
Yeah.
So disrespectful. Red Pill is.
This is why we have inflation,
But then they got the Wonder Man. They got the Wonder Man show, but they got a black guy playing Wonder Man. The guy that's playing Wonder Man is the same black guy that was in Aquaman that played Black Manta.
Yeah.
But Simon Williams in the comic was always a Caucasian dude. But I don't think it mattered a big deal because nobody don't really know who the crap Wonder Man is. But
yeah.
Well, I'm waiting. Did they green light it, or is it on hold, or did they cancel it? I mean,
I think it's in production. It should be coming out soon. Let me see. It should be coming out soon.
I'm also waiting for that Blade movie to come out.
2025.
Do you think it's going to be as good as the Blade that Wesley Snipes played in, man? Like, Blade 2 to me was incredible.
It's the best Blade.
Yeah, man, incredible. Blade 2.
But we all know Blade 3 was trash, so it's gonna be better than that one.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Blade 2 was so.
It ain't gonna take much to get better than that.
The first, like from start to finish, pure action. There was never a dull moment in Blade 2, man. I hope that they could do a good job. When they revamp this film, Blade. So
I have a problem with that Blade thing though. I'm an old head. I'm 45. They cast this guy. They said he was going to be Blade back in 2018 and 19. Back then, he was already in his mid to late 40s. And then they kept pushing it back. And I don't even think they start filming. By the time they start filming this movie, this guy going to be 51. And I get it. Black don't crack. Well, I ain't trying to start a franchise with a 51-year-old dude. So when they casted him in the first place, they should have cast someone in their mid-30s. And then they cast this 46-year-old dude as Blade back in 2018, 2019.
Yo, he's 51 for real?
His name was his name was
Mahershala Ali.
He's old. Well, he'll be definitely 51 by the time they film it because they start about the movie coming out he's 50 already now. So he's 50 now, and they haven't even started filming this Blade movie. But he got casted to be Blade way back
probably about 2018.
Yeah. So it's been already 6 years since they said he was going to be Blade, and we ain't got no movie yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. That does make sense. But the thing about it, you got a lot of the actors that they cast where it was in their late 30s, early 40s. So I don't know. I guess he might as well keep it going. That's how they've been doing.
Well, they've been doing decent. Chris Evans was casted relatively young. The dude that played Thor, he's still in his 30s after all these movies.
For real?
Chris Hemsworth, he might be 38 now. Chris Hemsworth
might start saying white is right.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been about 15 years, ain't it?
I was gonna say, bro, it's been like 13 since the first Thor.
He just turned 40, so they did young. He 40 right now, so he done got.
And I was just gonna make a quick
4 Thor movies and all those other Avengers movies.
Well, that last Thor was trash. But let me just make that a quick note though on the Eternals movie. In the Eternals, by the way, in that Thor movie, the 4th one, the way that they went over the whole Null and like Necrosword, I know because of Sony and copyright issues and stuff, and you got all this, bro. That got me mad, bro, because I was like, you could have just put that in the movie to fight for Venom and Carnage and Spider-Man. I could have
because Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man. They own all that. I mean, and, like this rumor is that they're gonna. Well, obviously. With Madam Widow, the film or whatever.
Madam Widow. Madam Widow. He said Madam Widow. I was like, yo, Scarlett Johansson got old.
Your career. So
let me tell y'all something. I want to watch that Madam.
Don't let him get to you. I know what you meant, bro.
I know what you meant, bro, but it just made me laugh. I appreciate you.
I want to watch that Madam Web movie. I want to watch it.
That was garbage. It's a horrible dumpster fire. It's like if you want to plague your computer with a virus, that's what you're doing when you're watching that movie.
Yeah, it was garbage, man. It was.
I also want to watch.
Not even garbage, bro. It's garbage. It's French, garbage.
I want to watch Kraven the Hunter. Have y'all seen the trailer for the Kraven the Hunter movie?
I've seen it.
Man, so it's trash.
Damn.
It definitely looks better than Morbius and Madam Web, though. I will say that it looks better than Morbius and Madam Web. So, but I was just gonna say real quick on the Eternals. If you guys remember the post-credit scenes, when Jon Snow, Kit Harington, when he's grabbing the sword, the blade, you hear a voice behind him. He said, "Are you sure? Are you ready for that, Mr. Whitman?" And that's the voice of Mahershala Ali in his character of Blade behind him in the back. So that voice you hear, that line, and you hear them say, like, are you ready for that? Are you sure what you're doing, whatever? That's Blade talking to him. You just don't see him on screen. You just hear him off screen. So that's that scene at the end of the Eternals in the post credits.
Exactly. And that was like almost 5 years ago.
Facts.
Like, man, this dude 50 years old now, and I think he turned 51 this year. Like, give us this Blade movie, please, for this dude be a grandpa. Like, there's no way we're gonna get a trilogy out of it. He's gonna be out there.
I'm gonna be watching Van Helsing beat Dracula. That's the point.
He'll be looking like Denzel in The Equalizer. Unrealistic.
That's still a good movie, though.
It is, but it's
unrealistic. What's going on, man? How you doing? We Marcus trying to ruin everything for me.
Yeah, man.
Just over having a good conversation.
Hey, I'm loving the series. I love X-Men 97. I don't know if you guys remember, like the first time it came out, we got introduced to Death. The first person that got axed off was Morph.
Sure as I did.
And that was on the Saturday morning cartoon. And
he didn't get axed off. He just got bodied for a minute by the Sentinels.
He got tortured.
We thought he was dead.
You know what I mean?
That to a 12-year-old.
He popped back up later on, though.
But we thought he was dead at the time.
I was like,
and he ran up on the X-Men.
At the time, we was
Saturday
like,
morning cartoon. I wasn't ready for that. You know how you go from Smurfs, gummy bears, and then here it is, gone. Like normally the bullets and the rays miss everybody. Like you're not supposed to be gone. You know what I'm saying?
X-Men always been always been edgy. Look at that racism. You filthy mutie. You know what does that sound like?
Hey, we all knew that.
That's like Harry Potter when they say you filthy little mug blood. I was like, bro.
Oh man, X-Men was black and brown before it was black and brown.
Every time I hear mutie, I hear the N-word. I take it with that tone.
Exactly.
When they say you filthy mutants, I hear the N-words.
Stan Lee came from that era, so a lot of it was inspired through those situations into the cartoon show. You know what I mean? For example, Professor X is a version of Martin Luther King. Magneto is a version of Malcolm X. Like that's the real premise of the show. Know what I mean? And I thought that was, I thought that was dope. You know?
Yeah, I remember in the 80s when the comics was like big, and they're like, "Do you know that your kids are mutant?" And I'm looking like, do people not know they black? And that's because you can't, like Hank, right? Hank was like, Morph is dead and Hank goes to jail. If that don't get any black, I don't know what to tell you. That was so black. And here come, and we were doing O.J. Simpson, Rodney King, now Hank's in jail. That wasn't a Saturday morning cartoon. Like, that was like, whoa, this is social studies. What's going on?
This is all about current events, history. You remember Magneto's storyline having the number because World War II and stuff like that, the camps and all that kind of stuff. It was crazy. I did like Michael Fassbender, especially in First Class and Days of Future Past, because I think that was something that was very poetic, along with the Professor X. Then you had Wolverine show up. You know how he did. He does his thing. He's like a pimp, a G. He's like, they asked him, "Have you been sleeping with the boss's daughter?" He's like, "Well, I don't know. Maybe I did a lot. Maybe I did. I have already." You know what I'm saying? So he didn't care. And then Quicksilver. I wish we get like a better version of Quicksilver. Like I kind of want to see one that gives it justice too. And then hopefully we get to see Omega Red, because I know in Deadpool 2 there was like a cut scene where they had Omega Red in it. But he kind of looked like I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't enough to see that in that light. And then like Lady Deathstrike and stuff like that. And the T-Max.
Let's not talk about Deadpool 2, man. Please don't.
Why not?
Please don't.
Well, wait, hold on. Think about it though, because even back in the original show, the X-Men, and Morph changed into. That's why I got one of the reasons why he did turn into. So they had a reference to him, and I'm like, bruh.
I'm just saying, Deadpool 2 just wasted so much potential.
Yeah,
First of all, I'm just gonna say,
Omega Red is really a bootleg version of Wolverine. You know what I mean? Because they copied the style of the American scientists into Russia to, because those
carbonadium
chemicals that come out of the sun and stuff like that. Those are made out of adamantium metal. The same joint that Wolverine got.
It's actually, I think it's called carbonadium.
Yeah,
carbonadium.
Now this is what I'm talking about. You see, when we were kids, our teachers said comics don't teach us nothing. And here we are talking about science.
Growth. Hey, Stan, they can't teach us nothing, bro. They can't tell us nothing in the chat. Growth.
They can't.
Growth.
You know what I'm saying? We learning science right now. We're like, you guys explain the molecules and the chemicals.
Bro, we're talking about,
right?
bro, we're talking about politics.
This is a comic book. Like,
Stan, we're talking about geopolitical, like politics. We're talking about we're talking about all that kind of stuff. The stratosphere. We're talking about legislative, judicial. You know what I'm saying? We're talking everything, bro.
All this from comic books and a Saturday morning cartoon. And man, I want to say this. Look, I know you guys want to crap on older actors, but there's two things we got to keep in mind. With TRT, everything is possible. That's one.
He's talking about supplements now. He's talking about supplements. He's talking about GNC vitamin shot.
Right? We talking about, you know what I'm saying? With TRT, these guys on TRT.
Pink does not approve this message.
Let's not play around, because they're not eating no chicken. So all this about eating chicken and broccoli every day, you're going to have bad gas.
The views and opinions of Stanley do not reflect those of the panel, Hank, of the channel. He does not recommend and give any health information on like that.
I'm just saying.
Not go to him.
And then number two, the saddest reality that we have right now, we don't have any really good young actors. We are a reality show produced for 3 decades, and we don't have young actors. So
there's a couple out there though. I'm not gonna lie, there is a couple there.
You can't use Michael B. Jordan in everything. Michael B. Jordan can't be every hero. We can't throw him his blade. We gotta let that dude sleep.
Yeah, and we don't have it. Everybody's a reality star now. So
unfortunate, Stan's kind of right, man. He's kind of right. It's gonna be hard to press a good one, find a good one for real. Yeah.
I can't think of no young dude in that
There's rumors that DC is trying to get him on to become the Superman, which I think that'll be dope.
Corn Sweat?
Val Zod. Yeah, Michael B. Jordan is Val
President
Zod.
Superman.
We don't want no black Superman. Let's just stop the cornball stuff. And DC, you know what DC stands for? Don't care. don't care. That's what DC stands for. They don't care.
He did the Stephen A. Smith. We don't care.
Don't care because look, you had a franchise named Wonder Woman in a time of Xena and the Buffy Vampire Slayers. You could have Wonder Woman riding for 3 decades and you could have nothing Wonder Woman. DC is just don't care. DC don't care about nothing. They always want to restart like the movie.
What you mean about that, Red Pill? So what you think about that, Red
Pill? Well, this thing about DC, first of all, it's under the outstanding leadership of James Gunn now. Let's make this clear. You feel me?
Who was a Marvel director first.
Exactly. You know, so this guy's so good, he working for both companies. Now, but he runs DC now. So you got him. Then, you know, and let me tell y'all something. The Batman was amazing. Let me clear that up, first of all. Robert Pattinson, The Batman was one of the best comic book movies I've seen in my life.
It's up there with The Dark Knight. He was
Arnold Schwarzenegger in that movie. Everybody had a part to play but him. Whoever the Batman was.
That's because it was written like that because he was young. He still was angry. He wasn't even Bruce Wayne yet. He still
Red Pill. I'm not gonna lie though, Red Pill. When I see Robert Pattinson kind of kneeling down on that computer, looking down with his long hair, I thought he gave me Nightwing vibes though, more than he did. Not gonna lie.
Because that was like year 2 into Batman. People didn't understand he was just becoming Batman. He wasn't even doing this Bruce Wayne playboy billionaire persona. He didn't even care about the company.
The actor didn't even want to work out. That was the issue that I had with Robert Pattinson. He just didn't want to work out to get in that physical shape to look like an imposing figure like Batman. But you know, it is what it is.
Into his skinny jeans. That's what I'm talking about. These new actors. What's
that skinny jeans?
The dude did it. Like when he was walking down that hallway with the slow walk, that shit was intimidating as hell. Like that slow walk he had at the very beginning, dude. Like I'm coming, I'm gonna kick your butt. But I'm just gonna take my time getting over there. It was creepy.
It could have 25 pounds.
Bro, that makeup though they did for the Penguin, that makeup they did for Colin Farrell for the Penguin, I was like, dang, like I couldn't even recognize the guy. I was like, yo, crazy.
Everybody was good. It's like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Everybody got to act around this one person. They can't do anything. Thank you for giving us the vampire stuff, but dude, you're not that great as a Batman, and you're not missed because everybody else did their part. And I'm good. Once again, I'm going to say DC, aka don't care.
Listen,
you had a great deal with the CW.
Oh, the shade. I love the shade now.
It's about to go down now. Stan.
Ding ding. Ring the bell, Hank. Ring the bell, Hank.
Ring the bell, Hank. Stan about
you
to
had
get
a great cartoon.
In the red corner, we got Red Pill Ranger. In the blue corner.
Let me tell you
something. Little mini, I'm the Green Ranger. With that mini.
Let me tell you something.
That mini little thing they call like Disney cartoons, like put them in 2 minutes. You made them 2 superheroes. You already have.
Here we go.
We don't need your every time y'all come around. It's a new 52.
Hit the like button.
And with DC, I feel like a foster kid in my 15th foster home. Where do I go use the bathroom? Because y'all come out with new stuff all the time.
Check it out.
Tired.
In the
Pick a hero.
Hank, you thought I had smoke, Hank. You thought I had smoke, but goddamn.
In the comics, yes, DC do too many reboots. DC do too many reboots and restarts in the comics. I agree with that. But let me tell you something about they DC animated movies. Crush anything Marvel did.
That's a fact. I was just about to say that.
Facts.
That's a fact. Yeah.
Shows. Even this X-Men 97 stuff is amazing, but the DC, but you take
compared to DC animated films.
You take a Justice League Unlimited, Justice League. You take it to the original Teen Titans cartoon, not the goofy stuff. You put into place Young Justice, all that stuff, and all they DC animated movies
with the woke 4th season and 3rd.
Oh, you talking about the 3rd or 4th season, whatever?
Yes. About none of that. But what I'm saying. But you take all they animated movies and stuff, be amazing, and then you take it to place. Let's like Marvel been falling off in the movies. This phase 4, phase 5, whatever they in now, been horrible.
That's only 3 years.
Suicide Squad 2 was better than anything Marvel dropped in the last couple of years.
Suicide 2 was push.
Suicide
I am gonna say this though. Shang-Chi and No Way Home were probably the last two best projects as far as live action movies for Marvel.
Black Panther 2 was trash.
Yeah.
Thor: Love and Thunder was trash.
Yeah, it was.
The
That's
Moon
true.
Knight show was trash.
Yeah,
She-Hulk was trash.
Thor: Love and Thunder, Blue trash. Yeah,
Blue Beetle was garbage.
The Marvels
Bam
was trash.
garbage.
He said Blue Beetle.
Flash was garbage.
No, Flash was not garbage.
Was garbage.
He just
you
didn't
had
do
the
well.
fake
Flash is garbage, bro. Flash was garbage. I'm not gonna lie.
He ain't proven that Superman.
Was
you had the
totally
electronic Nicolas Cage floating around with hair.
Why? Because Michael Keaton for 4 scenes?
Look, no. DC stands for don't care. So DC don't care about nothing. DC franchise always don't care.
Marvel
Get it right. DC animation is killing it. They always be killing themselves. That's right. They be killing themselves all the time.
Listen,
Marvel, you can't hate on the DC animated films, man.
And Marvel
From the
understand
90s, you seen the new one? The new one is not compared to the old one.
Marvel understand that people so loyal, they ain't even been trying no more. They CGI been sus, and the movie been poorly written. Even that Doctor Strange 2 was poorly written. That character character.
We know why they're poorly written, and this is for everybody, right? This is why. No, Rush. This is what you said earlier, and I agree with you, right? None of these guys read the comic books. It's always about their interpretation. The comics, everything, research is there for you. It is just lazy the way these people come up with stuff. It's my interpretation of the hero. No, read the comics. Read the comic. We don't need your interpretation. This is not English 101. This is not some college degree. You're going to sit down and
do your job.
Whole stuff. Yes.
Get it right.
All right, Bill Belichick.
Read the comics.
James Gunn got something for your ass, Stanley. James Gunn got something for your ass because Marvel ain't got it. Y'all better hope Deadpool and y'all better hope Hugh Jackman coming back and save y'all.
At the same time, y'all waiting for Flash.
He said Hugh Jackman.
Marvel movies been plummeting. Bringing back Logan.
Hugh Jackson, right? Again, like I said before, with TRT, everything is possible.
Damn, he's in the testosterone boosters.
Hey, he 50 something. He that rip. I know that boy doping up.
Yeah, I will say this though, right? Because I remember that was a good comparison from Thor 3 to Thor 4, because Taika Waititi was the same director. So I was like, what the hell happened? Because Thor 3 was it was the best Thor movie so far out of the 4 movies. But that should happen, and then the 5th one, suppose they're going to introduce Beta Ray Bill is what they want to do, and which I thought they should have done it in the 4th one. If you already show like the heads of the champions when you went to that Coliseum.
What they need to do, right, is revamp the whole film and make the main premise of the Red King on Planet Hulk. That'll be fire, but the Ragnarok was basically the version of Planet Hulk, but it's just
like moments after that though.
The rights to Hulk, you know what I mean? I think Fox owned the rights to Hulk, so they couldn't base the whole film around the Hulk like that. But they need to revamp all that and start off like that.
But they can't, because remember he came back with
Hank's over here wanting to watch G.I. Joe and Transformers, so I'm right there with him. So I want to see what happens over there too.
But Hulk came back with his son from wherever planet he came from on She-Hulk. So I don't know how they're going to. You remember, because you got She-Hulk. So
She-Hulk's too busy going to Tinder dates though.
Listen, we're never gonna see that again. That's another thing Marvel do. They like to throw this stuff at the end that they never gonna revisit. We're never gonna see Scar again. We're never gonna see Star. We're never gonna see Starfox.
Sound like DC, doesn't it?
We're never gonna see Starfox again.
Sound like DC.
No, y'all do
that. That sound like DC. We ain't never see Wonder Woman until 2000. When was that? 2017.
Cease and desist.
Wonder Woman was a myth to my children. I'm like, they have no Superwoman. There's Wonder Woman. What's that?
Wonder Woman gave him 2 movies. That's enough.
I can't hold you. The animated film with Wonder Woman, it fire. You know what I'm saying? She fighting the God of War.
I say garbage. You know why I say garbage?
Yo, Hank, he waited until Rush relaxed. He's like, garbage.
We have 6 seasons of Xena. Garbage. DC slept on Wonder Woman. You had the whole Greek mythology at your footstep, and she was there for 5,000 years. You could have been epic. in the whole age where there was women
Yeah.
superheroes and none of this Mary Sue stuff. Y'all slept on Wonder
Just playing with seashell,
Woman.
seashore and stuff, riding horses and stuff, making food. You think she made a sandwich?
Don't care.
Fighting at dark side.
You don't think she made a sandwich, Hank? Hey, real quick, y'all. I did want to bring up this, right? Because I don't know how was the Fantastic Four. Y'all saw who they casted for Fantastic Four. The only issue I had was who they Pedro Pascal. As much as I love him, he's one of my favorite actors of all time, especially in this lately, like these last 10 years or so. I've watched him since Narcos, Triple Frontier, The Last of Us, like just to name a few projects. But just seeing him as a variant or version of Reed Richards, and then also recently they casted Julia Gardner, who was in Ozark. I think she played either Ruth or she played, I believe, the other character, but she's casted as a variant version of Silver Surfer, but she's like the woman character ensemble of Silver Surfer. So I know we didn't get Norrin Radd, but Norrin Radd is the OG Silver Surfer, just like Richard Rider's the OG Nova. But what y'all think about the casting and the green light, and they cast Johnny Storm, the guy who passed away in Stranger Things, the character at least in Stranger Things, for Human Torch and stuff, and the rest of the cast. Like, what do you guys think about that?
Well, old boy looked too exotic to be Mr. Fantastic. I don't even know what race this guy is. He looked a little, he's Spanish.
He's Spaniard.
Mr. Fantastic, that's a regular old Caucasian man. And
that's only for the women, because they need to understand this. They need to understand the science. When you sit down and talk about the dark matter,
I'm pretty sure Pedro Pascal sounds a little more American, but it's all right though.
See, that's what it's going to be there for. Because then when you introduce
unstable molecules,
when you introduce us
for real,
when you introduce the submariner, right? It's the Latinos versus the colonizer.
Submariner.
So you got to have those two fighting over, because you're going to have the Latino versus the Spaniard. And then here's the blonde. I don't know who's going to be the white woman in this. Jenny McCartney?
No.
Once again.
No.
Who's the white woman that's going to be Sue Storm?
I can't remember the actress's name.
But you gotta have you gotta have a blonde, and she gotta be white.
Yeah. So why
they got her?
So why Reed Richards ain't white? They got this Latinx dude.
Yeah, no, he's Spanish.
He said Latinx.
He's not Latino. He's Spanish. It's completely different. It's white friendly.
He's a Spaniard.
I think I don't know what it is though, but like I think
he said he's white friendly.
Yeah. He's exotic looking without the exotic touches. This is what white
Pause.
Pause. No Diddy.
No Diddy.
White without the color. They want the white.
Yeah, no, and I think that was just like something that I was like, well, they may not push it into the main universe because it's set, I guess, in a prior timeline, if I'm not mistaken. It's like is it the 60s or 70s? It gave me that vibe though, like the Jetsons type of vibe when I saw the cover to it.
It's based in the 60s. It's based in the 60s.
Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about that. But then again, they may jump forward because I know we're all into the timelines. You know, Loki's the master of stories, the god of stories and stuff like that in the timeline, holding the universes together, I guess, from that tree, the tree of life or whatever, Yggdrasil. But
no, you see how that's done? Loki, the series, timeless, perfectly done. I had tears,
bro. No pun intended.
I'm paying my $79.94 for.
You know what's better than that? I gotta go. But damn you, Stanley. That's not better than Peacemaker, bro. Peacemaker was fucking amazing.
Peacemaker was.
Yeah, then I saw that rainbow stuff. I wasn't with the rainbow stuff that much, but it's just me. You know what I'm saying?
Peacemaker was just old school porn. That's what Peacemaker was.
Peacemaker was amazingly written. It was amazingly fun.
It was written for women so they could see this man in his underwear 24/7, and that's what Peacemaker was for.
Listen, man,
that happened in Suicide Squad too. I'm glad Stanley brought that up because we saw it in Suicide Squad. I was like, bro, you're wearing tighty whities.
That's all he was for.
Listen,
that's all he was just.
John Cena like fighting in his drawers, okay? But I ain't got nothing.
No, clearly he likes to present awards too with no drawers on either.
Yeah,
you seen that, right? No offense to John Cena, but no,
can't do it. But Suicide Squad,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, the Peacemaker, you can't lie. Well, it was a really good show. Nope, come on, Stanley.
Well, Peacemaker, I'm glad Peacemaker made it to Mortal Kombat because he's a downloadable character to play in Mortal Kombat now. So shout out to him.
It's all right. I give it to him. It was okay.
And you can't tell me that Vigilante wasn't funnier than Deadpool.
We're now going.
Nah, I wouldn't go that far though. I wouldn't go that far.
I already gave you a gold star. Stop.
You hear this shit?
Bro? Ryan Reynolds ain't funny. His dad jokes is lame.
I'm gonna let them have it, man. They in their world, baby.
DC is more like daycare.
Deadpool 2 wasn't funny at all. I was disgusted. Ryan Reynolds is not funny. He need to stop writing the jokes. They need to start giving him so much creative control. Ryan Reynolds is that corny dude that you just like, dude, stop with the jokes. I'm not saying Deadpool 2 wasn't good, but it wasn't funny. Ryan Reynolds ain't funny, bro.
How we jump from that from Mr. I'm in the underwear for 10 shows?
Because Vigilante was funny. Peacemaker had a character on there named Vigilante that was actually funny. That guy was hilarious.
Vigilante was a wannabe follow around fanboy. That's what he was.
Hey,
he was that creature that was following Mr. Incredible in the Incredible movie. What was that little sidekick that turned evil? That was Vigilante was to me.
But it was funny though.
No, he wasn't.
And he slept with them too. Nasty.
Oh, he was a freak.
Next.
Peacemaker was a freak. I'm gonna throw that out there. Peacemaker was.
I don't know. Red pill. I think GC's taking L's right now.
Hey, listen.
Lord, hey, what did y'all think about the what's that movie they had released? What's that? The Blue Beetle. Did y'all like it?
Oh, Lord.
No.
No, thank you.
I didn't watch that one.
Always the hardworking Latinos making
it was different
in LA. I'm sorry, Rush. Go for it.
Now, Rush, what were you about to say, brother?
I said it was decent. I mean, I just hope that if they do make a sequel, that they get Static Shock in the mix, man. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, look, I know my man Red Pill got to get ready to get up out of here. Why don't you give your final thoughts before you go, Red Pill?
X-Men 97. Give my final thoughts on that. It's fun. It's definitely thought-provoking. The way it's written, it ain't for kids because they're using adult situations and relationships. Like when Gambit was peeking around that corner and saw her coming out that room with Magneto.
They did him wrong, man. They did him wrong for doing that, man.
My fist balled up like Arthur. I was like, the Arthur fist, like, ooh. I'll throw that card and hit her in the booty crack with it. Yeah. Oh, by the way, one thing I don't like about it, Rogue ain't as fine as she used to be. They changed how they drew her. On the old cartoon, Rogue had hips and buns. Now they done pancaked her up.
Don't forget the breastises.
They done pancaked her up a little bit. Then she got the pancakes now. And I don't like that. I miss thick Rogue, but voluptuous Southern girl. Plus, she don't sound, it's the same voice actor, but she don't sound as Southern as she used to.
Yeah, like she stopped eating grits.
Yeah, the twang ain't there. I miss the twang.
Not at all.
Rogue ain't got the twang. So it's weird. I had to Google and make sure it was the same voice actor. But it was. I'm like, yo, where's the Southern twang?
They used to say like sugar, sweet stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
but it sounded like a normal woman saying that, not the Southern twang. So other than that, though, I'm looking forward. Matter of fact, tonight I'm gonna check out episode 6 since y'all say it's out. And but other than that, it's a good show, man. Appreciate you for letting me up, Hink, man. This was fun. And all y'all guys, the hell with Stanley. Everybody else cool. Mark is suspect, but Stanley.
Look, I'm just calling DC out. They don't care. I need them to care a little bit. That's all I'm asking them to do. Just care a little bit. Just care a little bit.
I think James Gunn gonna get him online. I think he is, man. He's gonna get him in order. We got to see this first Superman movie he dropping and see how it go. I think it's gonna be amazing.
No more Superman.
I just try to call me sus when he's like trying to defend Vigilante.
Listen. Hey, it's 2024. Sexuality is fluid, as they say. Hey, Morph is non-binary now. Morph is non-binary. He's about to get in that shower with Wolverine.
That was a quack.
Don't judge Peacemaker.
Pause.
Now Morph had the blaze out. He's like, I'm about to slice them. You know, he was on some weird stuff.
Yeah, hey, he did turn to Sabretooth to get Wolverine out of his hump, or slumps.
That was weird too. He turned to Jean Grey one time and to talk to him.
Yep.
Morph on that bull crap, don't.
And then you say he wasn't funny. He's a jerk.
He ain't. That boy sus.
Morph is a jerk.
Morph the kind of dude that you'll think you slept with Halle Berry. You don't slept with Morph. That's the kind of dude he is.
And what he did to what's his name to Gambit, it's like, well, look at this. They've been in this in the room they've been booking a lot of sessions.
Well, that was just some that's what the dude. He ain't funny. I'll fight Morph. That's what it is. I will fight Morph. Morph make you want to beat him up. That's kind of human Morph got.
But you can't. He's still like the coolest thing about Morph is his power level. Like he just turns into wherever mutant and he has their basic power level, which to me is cool. Unlike Mystique, but if he's like Mystique, he could get pregnant because.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. You gotta be careful with these Morphs and Mystiques out here.
Please, do not do this. Do not do this.
I'm out, man. It don't got weird. I'm out, y'all. Peace.
That's their power.
All right, Randy. Thanks for coming by, my brother. Stan and took it down a different avenue. We weren't planning on taking it. I don't know what's wrong with Stan.
No, that's in the comic
book. Like that's the comic book. Like Mystique is also non-binary, and she got pregnant by. It's the one that has the mask and can only see the future. She's a precog. Rush, you know what I'm talking about? Destiny. Yeah, so she got pregnant by Destiny and carried Nightcrawler. So she got pregnant. So she's able to be a man and impregnated Destiny. And they made Nightcrawler. So that's what I'm just saying. With these people that could shift into different people, they can have kids no matter what their sex are. And also they take on all the personalities and everything else. So even they don't know who they are. Remember, Morph was a man the first time we saw him, and now he's this alien with only eyes.
Yeah,
and
like he doesn't even got facial features. Like, yeah,
that was weird. I was like, wait a minute, this is not the same.
Yeah,
Morph,
I don't remember Morph being like that. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yo, Hank, man, you gotta do more shows like this, man. Straight up, man. I have fun up here, man. You know what I mean? This is dope, man. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Hey, Rush. Every once in a while, I nerd out, man. Like at one time, we had a show, DC versus Marvel. So if you ain't had the opportunity, man, definitely check that out on the channel, man. If you ain't had the opportunity to see it, so
yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that. I'm gonna catch up on that, and then I'm gonna catch up on episode 6, man. So the next time you do a live on the next shows, I'm prepared. I mean,
well, you know what, guys, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it now. Soon as this ends, after episode 10 hits, you know what I'm saying, it comes out, y'all are able to see it, we're gonna talk about it. So the week after episode 10, we're gonna get back together, we're gonna revisit this, and we're gonna talk about how it ended and what we think is gonna go on with season 2.
But we have to come back for season 7, episode 7 though. Should we come back for episode 7?
Well, I don't know. Marcus, did you see episode 6? I know Rush hadn't seen episode 6. I've seen episode 6.
Just bits and pieces, not the whole thing, though.
Okay.
I've seen 6. 6 is good.
Okay, yeah.
6 is good.
Rush has seen, so don't spoil it for him.
I'm just going to say we need to come back after 7 because 7 is going to tie in 5 and 6. So that's why 7 is important to come back. Because then if we go a little way too far, it's going to be like too much to catch up on. I'm just saying, because like 7 is important because it's going to be, I can't say anymore, but it's important. Yeah. If we're going to have some more tissues, that's what I'm going to say.
I want to give some people some time for those who hasn't watched it yet. It's gonna give you time to binge watch for real. So yeah, we're gonna say I know how bad you want to get back to. We all gonna get back to it. We're gonna definitely talk about it. But I'm gonna wait till after episode 10. Like I said, that week after it comes out, we're gonna definitely talk about it, man. So please believe we're gonna table this and we're gonna get back at it because it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I love 1 through 6, but for this situation 1 through 5, it was great. But yeah, Marcus, go ahead and give your final thoughts on what you thought of the series so far. And Marcus act like he can't hear me. Marcus, you there?
My bad, man. I'm here. I'm good. I thought you were. Okay. No, final thoughts. Yeah, I mean, like I said, bro, I think this is a great show. Appreciate you doing it. Shout out to, give myself flowers to become a member of your program. Got to give myself, God bless. Appreciate you, blessings and all. Appreciate Stanley, Rush, Hank, the chat, even Red Pill. Even though he did a debauchery and he did horrible, taking L's for trying to defend Daycare, aka Don't Care, aka Detective Comics. But other than that, man, like I said, the great show, great series. I recommend people to go watch the original first seasons, or if you want to jump in and just watch this one and then go back to that to understand the references later. But it's all in hindsight 2022, So and also stay tuned for what Marvel and DC and all these other comic book brands. And I know Invincible got greenlit, I believe, too, for I think a video game and then also a series, like a live action and not a movie. That's been Invincible. So that's great and dope to watch out for too. So, and then Gotham, like the DC universe for that kind of stuff. They want to make series 2 for the Penguin and for Gotham, like police and stuff like that with Commissioner Gordon. And then just, stay tuned for Hank.
Are you talking about the TV show Gotham? I thought they canceled it.
I don't know. Like they were going to make one on the police department or something like that, and like what they catch in the Rogue Gallery.
Yeah, that's dope. That'd be dope.
Because you're gonna run into the Rogue Gallery of all the villains and characters and stuff around Batman and stuff. But yeah, man. Other than that, bro, like I said, hit the notification bell, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, Cash App, join the membership for Hank, support Rush on the Ludo Network too for chaotic CT reacts, and Stanley too, bro. Shout out to him when he does his thing on the shows too for knowledge and relationships and intellectual soapbox and stuff. So shout out to you guys.
Well, go ahead, Stanley.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, thank you, Mark. I appreciate you being here, brother. I promise you that. I appreciate you being here. Stanley, what's your final thoughts on the show?
Oh man, great show. Loved it. Again, I just want to say, like, follow the comic strips, guys. Follow the comic books. Read the comic books. Read the old comic books, not these new ones. And I wish that like X-Men 97 did what they did for She-Hulk, which was like let people scan the Q codes and then read the electronic comic books for free, so people got a chance to understand like what was going on, because some of these stories are like 3 decades ago. It's so it's gonna be hard for people to understand what's happening. I like the stuff with the telepaths, with them fighting Jean Grey, being hypocritical, don't want her man to have options, but she wants to have options. Sound familiar, doesn't it, women, huh?
I should have known Stan was gonna throw that bullshit up in there.
Hey, Team Light Skin, we don't die, we multiply. We come in different colors.
Stan, you leave these heifers alone. They doing good today. You leave them alone.
But I'll say this though, I would like for us in the future soon to discuss independent comic books that we all read. And there's one that I've read personally that I like. It was like a world where Black people got superpowers and only Black people, and they got arrested. And it was pretty cool and dope. It's kind of brand new, and I like it. And I like here's something about Rogue. Thank you for mentioning Rogue, right? What people fail to realize about Rogue got her permanent superpowers from Carl Danvers, which is part of Marvel before it folded into Fox. So her having super strength and everything else was from, Marvel, Captain Marvel or Miss Marvel. I don't know what the political term for her, but that's where she got her powers from. So you can never get away from them. And keep in mind, Inhumans is still part of this universe because we had the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So Inhumans are still here. So that's all I got to say. They didn't go nowhere. Just like Team Light Skin, we don't die. We multiply and come in different shades. Look, all three of us right here. You too, Rush. You know your Team Light Skin.
All right. I didn't expect that, but okay, Stan. What do you got for us, Rush?
Well, my final thoughts about the show is like, incredible. The writing, incredible. The pixel, incredible. I mean, an A+, man, for how they revamped X-Men 97, and I love how they branded X-Men 97. I think that's just dope. If you're a fan, you're gonna love it, and if you're first time watching these shows, you're gonna love it. And watch the old episodes, and well, not old episodes, but watch the old version of X-Men 97, because you have like Marcus was saying, you have a better understanding of what's going on. Know what I mean? And also, like Stanley was saying, read the comics too, so that way you have a full grasp on watching the show, and you'll be able to enjoy it a lot better. I know I enjoy watching it, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So, I appreciate you, Stan and Rush, for being her brother, for rocking out with me and having this conversation. Like I said, I'm looking forward to talking about it again, and we definitely will. I know Stan want to have it sooner than later, but we're gonna have it after episode 10. But guys, those who do have Disney Plus and are watching it the upright and standing way, like some of you other people other than me, you can watch the first 5 seasons of the animated series on Disney Plus. So it is available. Only thing you have to do is just go there and click it and watch it. So you can watch the first 5 seasons. I think probably there's one season that got like 21 episodes, but most of them average at about between 10 to 15. I think there was one season that was like 21. I can't remember which. I think it was, I won't say season 3 or 4.
I think
it's like
all
21
of them is about 22 episodes each season, man. A lot of episodes,
not all
man.
No, not the first season. I think the first season was only like 10, and then the second was like I want to say about 15, and then there was like a one with 21 in there, and the last one there was only like I want to say about 15 in the last season. So it's kind of
remember those Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I could have sworn all of them was about 20 episodes, man, but I could be wrong.
No, you're correct. There was that one time when we had the Phoenix Saga, and that was on the weekdays. That was for 5 days. And then they went a couple of times when they did everything back to back for 5 days. So that's the one when they had like 25 episodes, but then they went back to Saturday morning.
Okay. Yeah, because the Phoenix Saga had like dude from Gladiator.
Yes.
Gladiator was in a mix with his old camp. You know what I'm saying? Because that whole camp watches over the princess. The princess.
Yes. Princess Alondra.
Yeah.
That
was dope. I love that.
If you love that,
so right now I got to pull it up. It started the first episode aired in October 31st, 1992. The first season was 13 episodes. Second season was 13 episodes. Third season was 19 episodes. Fourth season was 21 episodes. And the fifth season was 10 episodes. So it last aired September 20th, 1997. So that's what I'm saying. It was all over the place with the episodes and the amount of them. So, but yeah, it's not
the important history. Because remember that important history was the start of the Power Rangers as well, and that's when Fox did the Fox Kids for the weekdays, and that's when companies or regular TV stations got a profit cut from the commercials and also the toys, and that was like unheard of before.
You mean Saban? Saban, you know, Big Bad Beetleborgs, VR Troopers, Power Rangers. Them niggas was making bread like
Yes.
Wazoo. You know what I mean?
With the X-Men and Spider-Man, they was doing it live with that Fox Kids weekdays, and they was trying to beat out Disney's 4-hour block.
And which they did though. They did.
Yeah, I was never really a big fan of the Power Rangers. I thought that shit was corny as hell, but you know, it is what it is. Some people loved it. I wasn't a fan of it, but that's a different story.
I'm watching Power Rangers now. Thank you, Pluto TV. It's on demand if you guys want to watch it. Also, if you go on Tubi, you can catch some of your Don't Care DC stuff lineup is on Tubi for free. Just let people know. But Power Rangers Mystic Force, that's what I'm on right now. I have to do some catching up. You don't like Power Rangers?
No, man. It's you know what it reminds me of?
What's that?
Remember Ultraman? Remember Ultraman? That's what it reminds me of.
Yep.
Like, God bless. I couldn't stand Ultraman. I'm like, this is crap. This is Japanimation bullshit. This is crap. It wasn't even Japanimation. It was live action, and it looked so. It was bad. It was just bad.
But Power Rangers have fight scenes and explosions and bicycles. I don't know. I like the Power Rangers, especially I just loved it.
I ain't gonna hold you, man. My favorite villain for Power Rangers was Gold Dog, man. You know that nigga came through, niggas is getting messed up.
Those villains off the hood.
Yeah. We definitely talked about the love triangle that Rogue has got going on, but now that both her lovers are deceased, I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know what Rogue's gonna do. Man. Yeah. Rogue's a free agent now because both her lovers are gone.
No, she could give with Galactus. No, she could give with Galactus because remember when she touched Galactus, nothing happens. He's an elf. Right, Rush.
But damn, yo, Galactus is huge though, man.
That's laid on down. That's laid on down the line.
Hey, but how realistic is that in the Black universe, right? A bunch of 6'10" men dating women that's 4'5", or like they perfect.
Oh man,
that's so Black. That's
so. Look, as my man the Real said, yes, I was a little older when it came out. Well, let me see. When I first seen Power Rangers, I was probably 13.
Power Rangers came out.
When did Power Rangers come out?
I think it was 92, the same year, right? The same year as Russia. Can't hear you. What you say?
I don't. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Okay.
Go Power Rangers. I remember that goddamn ragged ass theme song. God.
Go Power Rangers. Da, 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 da.
Oh, okay.
I picked
it
5
came out
teams.
in 90. It was first released in 1993, August 28th, 1993. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Go Power Rangers.
I was at that time I was 17.
See,
93, I was like, man, I was probably like 9, 10.
Hey, you know what? When I go to the airport and they make you scan yourself in that little glass thing.
Oh, you felt like a Power Ranger?
Yeah, that was like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Every time in the airport, they be laughing. I can't help myself because that's what it looked like. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
You said Morphin time.
Hey man, I had to enjoy what I'm Haitian. We're not allowed to have toys, so the only thing I could do is watch it and just have an imagination. I had to hide my comics. There was no toys allowed because they think I was gonna make it turn live. And oh man, Toy Story when that came out, man, every Haitian parent was trying to clean out all the toys around the house.
Yeah, I forgot you was Haitian, Stanley, man.
Hey, so,
man, you know what I'm saying?
Well, did your family ever see Chucky? Did they ever see that? They mother really freaked out. They see that
No,
shit.
they would never let me see no Chucky. Oh man, Chucky, woo! That was my brother's poor my little buddy. Like my father wasn't into it. It's like if it wasn't black, he ain't buy no white characters. That's how my father was. Like, what is this? Like, when my sister wanted a white Ken doll, he's like, not with my money.
Man,
so Chucky, my brother had a black one.
So they better make a Jerome doll with a curl.
Yeah, and my father will find it, man. We have flea markets in Florida. All the toys came from Venezuela. So my brother had a black My Buddy doll. So my father was not buying no white anything. He was like, what is this? I already work for the white man. Now I want him in my house.
Hey man, your dad was a racist.
Hey, my father was not having it. He was not. He was. But yeah, man, Toy Story came out. Woo, man, Tales from the Crypt, forget it. Tales from the Crypt, that look like a little voodoo lady. That was not going to happen in this house.
I remember that show, man. Tales from the Crypt, man. They don't make good TV shows no more, man. Like everything is just so.
But you can see it right now for free. It's on Tubi, all 4 seasons.
Hey man,
definitely,
you must got some
definitely gonna tap in.
Definitely
gonna tap in on Tubi.
Hey, I'm just trying to.
Hey, Russ, Stan's invested in the Tubi. That's why he keep promoting them.
You know what I'm saying?
He getting a check off them niggas, man.
And don't forget Pluto TV with my Power Ranger station. Man, I'm just loving it, man. I have to catch up. I was in college. Space Force. I wasn't around for that one. The Dino one, man, that was cool. They riding on Raptors. Look, I just love Power Rangers.
I see. So let me
They got like 100 different versions of Power Rangers, bro. I can't keep up, man. They wasn't in Dragon Ball, man. Like,
I say I don't like Power Rangers, but I ended up watching the movie that they put out, the last one, and it wasn't too bad. I was surprised by it. I was surprised.
Yeah, it was pretty good, but it was kind of dark though. Like, everybody was like gloomy, had some issues. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but that was they had to reboot it.
Right.
They got rebooted for them because that was the second Power Ranger movie. Because the first one was introducing the Turbo Power Ranger movies, and that one was successful. But that was in the 90s as well.
Probably like 99, 2000, 99, 2000.
It was Turbo, so I think it was 95, 96. I don't know, like my brother
I don't think Turbo's that old. I mean, from back
because
then.
remember Turbo came in after regular Power Rangers. Because remember they changed.
First they had the regular joint with the Ninjettis, and then they came out with Turbo.
Yes.
The big screen.
Yeah,
so
and then they
this is like
this
third one. I mean.
Yeah, so they got
the latest one that's out is the third big screen joint they came out with. I mean,
the first Power Ranger movie that came out was in 95.
95. Yep. Now I remember I had to take my little brother to it. And the only reason I remember it because that was
what year the Turbo came out? What year the Turbo came out?
Because it became a TV series after that.
97.
97.
Yeah. Turbo came out in 97. It didn't do too well. It only made $8 million.
Only reason I remember that movie, because remember Pizza Hut had the Bigfoot pizza?
Mm-hmm.
That was like, it was a long pizza, like a big old sheet of pizza from Pizza Hut. That's why I remember that movie, because afterwards when the Pizza Hut, I'm like, oh, Bigfoot pizza. Hey, I was a former fat boy. I loved it.
And so then you had the one that came out again in 2017. And they made $85 million. They made a lot of money on that.
So that's when like Fox owned it or Disney owned it? Because now it's owned by Nickelodeon.
Lionsgate.
Lionsgate? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cause they changed hands. It was Saban, then became Disney.
Yeah, the first two movies was Fox.
Fox, okay.
And yeah, then they looked like they had one, I guess was supposed to do something with on Netflix in April 19, 2023, but it don't look like anything came about that. I don't know.
So Hank,
But
do you have a Power Ranger Funko? Because now I know what to get you for your birthday. Hey guys, Hank don't have Power Ranger Funko, so
I don't have anything Power Ranger. There's a reason why.
Hey, I collect Funkos, right? I got a couple of them, but I hide them because I want no Haitians thinking like, oh, he's doing witchcraft. I'm just like, God, witchcraft with you people.
So do you still live over there? You still live?
No, I live in California, but like still like with Haitians, you know, you playing with clay and Play-Doh, they're like, oh, you doing voodoo dolls? Like, no.
No.
I'm playing with the kids. Are you teaching them witchcraft? This is a Christian household, please. What is up with you people? I'm up here cooking. You doing a spell? I'm cooking. You do have to heat up the water.
Yeah, I'm trying to eat. Oh God, no, I don't have anything Power Rangers. Now, look, some of the places I go to and I get my Funkos and my action figures, they have a lot of it. They have a whole section of it. I really never really got into it. I just really didn't. Like I said, the last I watched the first movie they ever had, the Power Rangers movie. I remember the first one. I didn't see the second one or anything else. But I said, look, there's nothing else on. I'm gonna watch this Power Rangers movie. And like I said, it was pretty good. I was surprised how good it was. I thought it was gonna give you this bullshit Ultron type shit again. I'm like, man, I'm about to waste my time watching this.
I think you like Ninja Storm, Power Rangers Ninja Storm. What you think, Rush?
Yeah, he'll probably like it, you know. But you would have to sit down whenever you have free time to, you know, watch it, you know.
Yeah, you like you know, as much as people want to like, I know people are laughing, right? But the fact of the matter is, like, realistically, everybody's watching old TV shows when they're looking like they say the top 100 where everybody's watching is everything from the 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s. Everybody's rewatching it because the new stuff is not good.
I believe it because the story, the writing was a lot better. You know what I mean? Like people had more of imagination from back in the day than now. Like everything now is just the same thing. And everything's like woke now. Like everything's non-binary. And you know, you know what I mean? Like back then, shows and TV movies and TV shows was a lot better back then than now. I mean,
yeah,
for sure. The writing was definitely better. It's funny you say that, Stan. My lady is watching reruns on YouTube of Dallas. So I don't know if y'all old enough to remember that.
But you know, they revamped the TV show Dallas though, and it wasn't that bad. It was actually alright.
I never heard. For what she told me, I don't think she liked it. I don't think she liked the revamp of it. But she's in the chat. She'll let me know, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm watching it because before I was not allowed to watch it before. It was like all the aunties got together and they put all the kids out, so we played in the yard. It was I didn't know there was like all this stuff in Dallas and Dynasty. And it was like, you know, real rich people that were not in California. They were in Denver, Colorado. And you find out so much stuff about American politics in those shows. But like, mind you, when I was a kid, I was more into Knight Rider, MacGyver. My mother hated MacGyver because I'll be like trying to break things and fix things. And 18, which is another one she ain't like because I was a boy. And that's the thing, like, those shows was good for us as men because you learn as a guy, like, there's a reason why you like to put things apart and put it back together. Because that's how God made men. Like, we want to fix things and tinker around. and see what's going on. Oh, this is why I'll say this. For your girl, tell her download Pluto TV app. I know, again, it's Pluto TV app. They do have a channel that shows all the old dynasties, the Kobe's, Hotel, and Dallas. And then you go on their demand and you can see the whole library there. Because, again, people are going back to these stories because they're really that good. And these actresses, I know this is gonna sound bad, but like, don't kill me, sisters. This you're gonna be all right. But them women were fine back in the day, and they were all different looking. They had something called cheekbones. I forgot. They had cheekbones, and they were beautiful.
Yeah, like now, like everybody's going to see the same plastic surgeon. So everybody look like clones, man.
Like everybody got like, what's that Cat Williams say? Everybody got the funny face wives. Like everybody looked the same. Like everybody got like this and that. And it's like everybody looked the same. But when you go in the 80s and you see the black women there, and it's like there's black women there. I don't hear nobody talking about no light skin. I need y'all to stop. A lot of y'all came from light skinned people. So y'all need to keep it real up on the shows up here talking about light skinned people. Y'all kill that BS. Your grandmama light skin, your daddy light skin. Stop it. And y'all light skinned. So stop the BS. But they act like light skinned people brand new. I'm like, y'all lying. So but it was like them women were gorgeous. And they were skinny with cakes and titties. And I was like, oh, you can have it all. And they had legs.
He gonna bring a lot of smoke to your channel, man.
But it's something about that old school.
Hey, Rush, I don't know how we got from talking about the X-Men 97 to talk about cheeks and Dallas and how natural they women are, how that light skin is beautiful. I don't know how we got here, Rush. I'm gonna blame this on you, brother.
I'm just saying, man, when you see these old school shows, and it's like, wow, these women, they're all different looking and they're all beautiful. And some of them could sing. I didn't know they had talent. And it's like watching these old shows, it's like, man, grandma had it going on. Like, wow, I need to build a time machine and just, discover America.
I mean, back then, like people had original flavor. Not everybody wasn't trying to be the same. Everybody had like their own individual style and personality. Maybe that's why you find it more appealing back then than now. But now, everybody do look like a clone, man. Everybody trying to look like Kim Kardashian, white or black, man. So it's crazy.
Yeah, there was one show I watched, and it was like, I know I talked this over at Hank's show before about like Miss Atron. She was my college professor, and she looked like one of Prince's girlfriends, like Apollonia, one of those. Like, I was in class looking at her feet, and I was like, every time she walked past by, I'm like, just, I just want to get that whiff. But I'm watching, what's that show called? Different Strokes. And I'm like,
so Stan,
man,
you wanted to get a whiff of her blow by wind? Is that what you wanted?
Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. I've always been doing that as a kid. I'd be like, just walk. Like he did it. I'm like, just.
Rush, your man Stan sound like he's a stalker, man. What the hell's going on with Stan?
Yeah, but that's kind of, I mean, it's
Hey,
but
I got that light skinned gene. He's like, hey.
Oh, Lord. You get off stalker vibes.
it was like, man, it was like, ooh, woman. And look, when I was a kid and I saw Three's Companies, oh my Lord, all them legs and them shorts and mind you, I'm just a baby just looking like, wow. That I go to elementary school, I'm like, wait, all the teachers look like Three's Company? And just I was in heaven.
That was actually a pretty good show, Three's Company.
Oh yeah,
like you know what I mean? Like they don't make good TV shows though, boy, man. Like
no.
You know what I mean?
Another thing is a lot of stuff they talk about they can't talk about now. It's politically incorrect. There's no way George Jefferson could be on television in 2024 calling these white folks honky. He ain't gonna be doing that shit, man.
Well, no, it was BET Plus.
He might get away with it
on BET Plus.
I don't know.
But then again, who will play George Jefferson? Because we don't even have real actors like George Jefferson anymore. Because a lot of those actors were like they did theater.
That's true.
And they can act. Because remember, they had to act in front of a live audience back in the day. When I explained to my kids what a live audience was,
doing Broadway takes a lot more skills. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. When I tell my kids, they're like, "Oh, you mean a movie theater?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay. No, not that live audience. It's like when you go see a play, and then like you have to explain like how hard people had to work to get where they're at." And I told my daughter a long time ago, the devil used to wait for singers at church. He'll catch them after church services and give them a contract. Hey man, that's why music was so good. All the best singers came from church.
That's true.
All the best singers came from church. All of them came from church.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna wrap this thing. We supposed to wrap this up 30 minutes ago, and your ass go keep talking about this shit.
Yo, thanks for having me, Hank, man. This
Hey, Rush, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for coming through.
Thanks, man. And we gotta do one of these old TV shows, and we gotta talk about Charlie's Angels, because good Lord. The rotation.
I'm sure we will, but until then, we're gonna talk again later. All right, Rush. All right, Stan. Be safe, man. I'm gonna have y'all later.
All right,
guys, man. I appreciate you being here. Didn't plan on going this long, but my man Stan took us down an avenue I didn't plan on. It happens like that sometimes. I just appreciate you being here, man, and I had fun. Again, we was talking about that X-Men 97. If y'all had the opportunity, definitely make sure you watch it. Currently, right now, there's 6 episodes. They all 6 have been released. If you get the opportunity, check them out. And again, like I said, if you have Disney Plus, you can always go back and watch the other 5 seasons that they have on Disney Plus. So you can download and watch all of them, or just binge watch and watch them all and catch up. And when we have another preview of the full season of the 97 X-Men, and we've seen all 10 episodes, we're gonna talk about it again, so we can all be all caught up. Like my man Red Pill said, man, if you get the opportunity, definitely check out the comic books. Maybe you can find it on eBay or something. You can order the comic books, or you can maybe I guess maybe download Amazon on Amazon Books. You can probably download the comic books. So do what you got to do. Catch up with us. Get with us and watch these and binge watch them all 6 episodes out. So you can be all caught up with us. And the next time we had that conversation, we all be on the same page. But I appreciate you guys being here. I had fun tonight. It was great. Looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Y'all be easy.